Yo. What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great night. Friday stream. I'm ready to become 5-0 this week. It's been a lot of stuff going on. We've been kind of updating with the injuries all week with this team and to see who's playing. And it looks like as of right now, Jake Elliott will not be playing. The new kicker, Cameron Dicker. I don't know why we get names like this of players, but Cameron Dicker will get his first shot. Hopefully he does really well. I don't think he's ever played in an NFL game before. So, yeah, I don't even know if he's even kicked a field goal in an NFL game before at all. But should be really, really interesting. You look at the Cardinals right now. And obviously, before that we talk about that, we have Slay coming back. Avonte Mack still out. Mulata is doubtful. Jack Driscoll will take that left tackle spot. Looks like Samalo's good for this week from what it looks like. Cardinals-wise, they had injuries with Justin Pugh with the elbow, Max Garcia with the toe, Rodney Hudson with the knee, DJ Humphries with the hamstring. Justin Pugh is a big one there on that guard spot for the Cardinals. So Eagles got to take advantage of that. You look at the linebackers for the Cardinals, I think is the biggest weakness. Weakness with Zevin Collins being too much of a raw player right now. I feel like Dallas Goedert's going to have a really big game. The running back tandem is really good with James Conner and Eric Benjamin. The wide receivers, you have Hollywood Brown, Rondale Moore that just got back from injury last week, only had like 11 yards in that game against the Panthers. Anthony Isabella ended up getting released, AJ Green, and then you have Greg Dortz. It's been a pretty productive receiver for them as well between a few games, a little over 204 yards. You obviously have to worry about Zach Ertz, mid-tier of the field. Arizona's only given up 87 yards defensively. That's it per game. They've only given up 87 rushing yards per game. They got good guys, look, between J.J. Watt, between who's the other defensive end? The other defensive end for the Cardinals playing really well this year. What's his name? Allen, I think his name is. I'm trying to remember. Zach Allen. Yeah, Zach Allen. They're I think their former third-round pick, playing really well for them right now. So you have to worry about that edge. But the most interesting piece to this whole game is going to be containing Kyler Murray. Containing him. I think if you get enough pressure on him, he will fold. I feel like you have got to keep him contained because if you it's the same thing because literally Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray almost have the same skill set. But I think with Kyler Murray, he really puts a lot on his running. And if you miss these blitzes and we can't take them down on third down, it is going to be a long day for the Philadelphia Eagles. Could be a long day. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I think the Eagles have every bit. I mean, the Eagles haven't won in Arizona since 2001. That's how long it's been. The Eagles haven't won since that time. It is time to change that. Eagles are wearing the white jerseys, black pants this Sunday, 4:25 game, which is nice. So at least we get to watch some other football games. The Cowboys are playing at 4:25. I think the Giants are playing the Packers this week on Sunday. It looks like they lose. Obviously, they don't have Kenny Golladay playing. I don't know if Shepard is back yet. He probably should be. I know that Kadarius Toney's not playing either. So it's going to be an interesting few days. It's going to be interesting. So I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for coming in today. Got Jesse Davis, 11 years, so hyped today. Phillies came back. Now it's time for other Philly teams that beat the other Chargers. Yeah, dude, they're facing the Cardinals as well. It's just that's crazy. I don't watch baseball as much. I try to, and if they're on, I'll watch. But it's hard for me to watch baseball during the year with so much to do. So we got Berto824 says 5-0. Let's go. Let's do it up, dude. Gustavo said, what up? What's going on, Gustavo? We got Shane. Shane says, we are a great team. Trey says, what's popping with your boy? What's going on, Trey? We got Jaden Campbell says, no shakedown. No, tomorrow's a shakedown. Saturdays and Sundays are the shakedowns. Saturdays and Sundays are always shakedowns most of the time. Shane says, can you start streaming Phillies games? Yeah, I don't know, dude. There's already enough. I would rather stream the Sixers than stream the Phillies. I'm not going to be able – I can't stream all three teams. Between having another job and – it's really tough for me to fit all that into a schedule, because if I know I'm not going to be consistent with it, I don't want to do it, because I don't want to disappoint anybody for not being consistent with it. We got Ryan Roman. What's going on, dude? Jock. Hey, Sexy Shaken. What's going on? Dude, Jock, what's going on, dude? Free says Dicker the Kicker. Dicker the Kicker. That's what we call him now. Dicker the Kicker. Cameron Dicker, the new kicker. Cameron Dicker is the new kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles right now. Toski, I'm flying out to Phoenix for the game. Let's go. Dude, I hope you have a fantastic time, my friend. Reggie says, who are all those Let Russ Cook and Philly fans? Dude, I watched like the second half to that game, and I was like, holy crap. Like, I can't imagine, like, Philly fans wanted him, and I understand why. But if you ended up getting Russell Wilson and you traded 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 4th round pick, you killed 2 years of drafts. You'd have to rush this team to contend this year, the next few years. And the Eagles wouldn't have made no moves. The Eagles wouldn't have made any moves. They wouldn't have drafted what they drafted. They wouldn't be able to afford anybody. It would have been horrible. I don't think Howie Roseman would have let that happen. I mean, he wouldn't have gave away 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 4th round pick, plus players. Or that tight end that they ended up getting, which I thought he was really good. I thought that was a good trade as well. But crazy. Beast Guard 24. What's going on? Just landed in Arizona. Dude, I hope you have a fantastic time, man. Give him hell. Give him hell. I feel like this game is going to be a tiring game because of Murray. Murray's the only thing that worries me. I'm not even worried about Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown, as much as they gave the Ravens a 1st round pick, I don't think he's good, but I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks he is. Like, I think once D-Hop comes back in a couple weeks, they're going to be a really good tandem. But him by himself, Brown has got a lot of speed. He could definitely take the top off your defense. There's no doubt about that. But he's got 200 something yards. What was he have? 300 yards, something like that. A little over 300 yards for the year. So he's having a pretty good year. It's not a bad year, but do I think he's a number one? No. I think you could definitely defend these receivers. AJ Green, I'm not really worried about either. Hollywood Brown, where they're going to line him up in the slot. And, obviously, Avonte Maddox is not playing. So another big game for Josiah Scott, which I thought he played pretty good last game. Look, he gave up some. He made some plays. The guy's a nice role-playing nickel corner for us. I can't complain about it. You can't complain at all. So, Joel Mag, what's going on, dude? Ryan says, let's go Philadelphia Eagles 5-0. I am ready to go, man. Reggie says 21-17 Eagles. Reddick 2 sacks. Reddick is unleashed, man. Reddick is unleashed right now. So, Eagles Slayer says, my guy, what's going on, Eagles Slayer? Trey says, you flew to Arizona. Your arms must be tired. Eagles win 28-21. Yeah, I think it'll be a close game. It could be a close game. Rich says Quez has a big game and tells the Eagles brass that they do not need OBJ. No, I don't think they ever needed OBJ. I don't know why OBJ is linked to the Eagles at all. Like, Quez Watkins had a quiet game last game, and I'm totally fine with that. It's going to happen. It happens to players. Like, it doesn't mean that they couldn't get the ball to him. It's just they just had other looks that they wanted to kind of get these guys open. So, oh, they got the London game this week? Oh, crap. That sucks. I hate those games, bro. When we had Jacksonville at like 10 in the morning, like Eastern for me at least. Kyle says Shepard out for the season. Okay, he's out. He was out from that Cowboys game, right? Okay, I forgot about that. So now they're down 3 receivers for this game against the Packers. I think this is going to be where the Giants are definitely going to be moving down the ranks this week. Joel says 38-17 Eagles. 38 points, man. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice. Jock said Giants vs. Packers from London, 6:30 a.m. kickoff for me. Yeah, you're on the West Coast, so damn. Yo, Steve Rays, what's going on, dude? Jock says Annie Isbell was signed by the Ravens. Yeah, they ended up releasing him a few days ago. He's not a bad receiver either. What's going on, Dave? Steve says, are there any Cardinals that is out because the injury report says no one is out? I don't know. This was from like a day and a half ago, so maybe I'm not sure. This report was from like a day and a half ago, so I don't know. I don't think all these guys are going to be out, but I just kind of want to know if Justin Pugh is out for this game. I'm not really sure. Jalen says 27-13. Freeze says Pete Carroll and Legion of Boom carried Russ. You know what? But you know what? Russ never played that bad, though. Even during that year, he never played that bad. You know what I mean? Never played that bad. Chris says that game should have killed Thursday Night Football. And then on top of that, you got the Giants and the Chicago Bears next Thursday. So it's going to be another boring game next week, most likely. Free Harles, I love this matchup this week. Byron Murphy will pick one of these wide receivers, but the other two will be guarded by complete randoms. I totally agree with that. Byron Murphy's been doing really good. Look, they held Devontae Adams to 12 yards a couple weeks ago. They held Devontae Adams to 12 yards. So their corners have been very up and down outside of Byron Murphy. But we'll see. Like I said, every week these cornerbacks have to pick their poison with the receivers that we have. So going to be interesting. East Cam for life. What's going on, dude? Chris says, got to keep an eye on Ertz. Yeah, Ertz is going to be interesting, too, because he's going to work the middle of the field. On top of watching where Hollywood Brown is going to be on the field, too, because he can go to the inside as well. Can they afford to put Hollywood Brown on the inside? And, they could use Zach Ertz, you know what I mean, for those mid-tier throws, and I think you have to watch out for that, too. So, Vinny says, how ironic would it be if Frank Reich got fired and Shane Steichen became a head coach and Eagles hire Reich as Nick Sirianni's offensive coordinator? It could happen. That is perfectly said, Vinny. I think it can actually happen. I think Shane, look, Steichen might go, Gannon might go after this year if they play very well, if they coach really well this year. There's no doubt that it could actually happen. So you could be right. You could be right. Could be coming back. Brand said, we can't even afford to bring in anyone else until we hear of some contract restructures. Yeah, I mean, so far what I'm looking for right now is I don't think the Eagles are making any more moves. I mean, I think they're definitely going to deal some players by the trade deadline. I think Andre Dillard is definitely going to be tradable just because, I know tradable is not a word, but he's definitely going to be on the trade block just because I think Jack Driscoll is coming into his own. And plus, Jack Driscoll has a lot more. He's got more value than he has more value than Andre Dillard. Dillard cannot play the right side whatsoever. So, bro, what's up, Joey? 5-0, let's go. Free Hero says Quez entire role is stretch the field. Some weeks it will be there, other days it won't. I totally agree. He's Karen Flex says Eagles versus Dan Sileo. Yeah, man. I'm not a fan of Dan Sileo at all. I really am not. I am not whatsoever. Chester Eats disgusting sandwiches says, what's your thoughts on Boston Scott? I mean, I like Boston Scott. I mean, I think Boston Scott should be our punt returner right now because he barely gets any reps. Barely runs the ball throughout these games. Got a hip injury right now, but he barely does much of anything. I mean, if you're not going to use him that much for a rotational running back, do something with him in this, I would just strictly, at this point, what I would do is put, once he's healthy, I'd put Boston Scott as a punt returner and you keep Britton Covey on the kick return. I think that's a smart thing to do. I think that's what they should do. Joe said, Joey, why isn't Wallace getting a start with Garner Johnson filling in for Matt? Well, Johnson's not really filling in for Maddox. Josiah Scott's filling in for Maddox right now, but they definitely move them around a little bit. So you could see Josiah Scott at safety sometimes. You could see Garner Johnson depending on the matchup and depending how it's set up. If they move Hollywood Brown the inside or they keep him on the outside, plus Slay is back this week. So that's a really good thing. We don't need to have Josiah Scott and Zach McPherson on the field. Even though we played very well last week, but Jeff Noe says if there's anyone on the schedule you feel like we could lose to, I'd say Green Bay, maybe. The Titans don't look great. I mean, they're starting to get back on track just a little tiny bit because they're kind of going through that run game with Derrick Henry right now. So they're starting to get on their feet a little bit because if that run game's not working for the Titans, they just fall apart. Without Derrick Henry, they fall apart. So, I think really Packers, our schedule's given what they have given us, guys. I don't think our schedule's I think everybody's beatable. Everybody's beatable on the schedule. Steve said, we better not lose any QB in FaZe Clans. Okay. Vinny says, hey, Joey, what are you going to be for Halloween? I'm actually going to be a killer scarecrow. That's my costume. Ryan said, I sent you something on Twitter. Randy says, who would you rather have, Kyle or Hurts, honestly? I like Hurts. I mean, I like Hurts because there's no backhanded drama, especially with the contract with Kyler Murray got and the stipulations on the contract. I feel like what they do with Kyler Murray, and I think Kyler Murray really depends on the run game. Well, not just the run game, but I think what Kyler Murray depends on is his legs more than his throwing. I mean, that's what I think. I think Hurts is getting better with his throwing and using his legs and getting better at both. I think that's the big difference between both quarterbacks. Reggie says, worse is the Commanders versus the Bears. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I was wrong. Was I? Wait, that's next week. I think I got confused. I thought it was Giants Bears next Thursday. Maybe it is Washington. Free says Ronnie Hudson hasn't practiced all week. Pugh was limited today, and their started guard hasn't played all week. Might be a monster day for the D line. Yeah, I think so. I think there's injuries up front, so got to get the Kyler Murray early, man. Got to keep your hands on him and get him to the ground. If he extends these plays with his feet and he could do it for 10, 15, 20 minutes, he could extend plays for a long time. I mean, the corners might have a little bit more work to do with the extra coverage they're going to have to put on, so we'll see. Christique says 28-21 Eagles. Dave said, I hope the Birds stay level-headed. It seems apparent that they aren't overlooking the Cardinals. No, like I made a video on that Jalen Hurts press conference, and holy crap, man, like they asked no questions about the Eagles-Cardinals game, like nothing on the Cardinals whatsoever. It kind of made me think, like, what do they think? This team is real cocky right now with Jalen Hurts, and like Hurts came back. Hurts was like, I know no one asked questions about the Eagles-Cardinals, but they're a really good team, you know? Like kind of in his own words, he's pretty much saying, like, don't think like we're taking this game lightly. And I love that with Jalen Hurts. I absolutely loved it. Bryce Cooper says, one of my favorite games from Hurts was his first career start versus the Cardinals. Yeah, that Cardinals game was his best game in 2020. The Saints game was good. I mean, he used his legs pretty much. He had more rushing than anybody on the team. But that Cardinals game was the most balanced I've seen from Hurts. And I think right from there, he kind of went downhill after that game. So Richie says, Frank Reich looks 20 years older than he is. Rivers, Wentz, Ryan is the opposite of fountain of youth. Chris says Cilio barely gets 1K views. He's a nobody. Miles said we should use Dean for QB spy on Murray in this game. No, we can't put a spy in this game. You cannot put a spy in this game. If you put a spy in this game, then you're going to lose somebody in coverage. And with Avonte Maddox already being out, you're not going to waste that. They're not going to put a spy on Kyler Murray. It's not going to happen. I'd be shocked if they do it, but I doubt it. Philly Bade says AZ is our trap game looking towards Dallas. I don't believe in it, dude. I feel like they can win this game. I do. Joe said we just have to stay focused one game at a time. That's all they're doing, man. They're not looking ahead to the playoffs. They're not looking ahead of anything. They're staying where they are right now. Nathan said, I think Philly's a little crazy. He's got 31-13, but maybe I got us 34-27. Hurts will have a good passing day. Do you think our defense is going to play that bad? If you're saying 34-27, you're saying our defense is going to play too good? Think it's going to have a little bit of trouble against Kyler Murray? Joseph says Titans are banged up. I totally agree with that. A lot of injuries right now. Free says, you sure as hell don't have to face Jalen Hurts to watch film. I'll pass on Kyler. Randy said, which team do you fear the most we play this season? I think it's really the Packers. I mean, and that's not really saying too much. Like, just it hurts over Kyler any day. We're gonna move down just a little bit here. Nathan says, I could see Watkins going over 100 today and Hurts with a couple rushing touchdowns. Free said, hopefully there's a double XP weekend of Call of Duty. Kyler plays just drastically worse when there is. Gustavo Meza says, Russell Wilson fleeced the Broncos organization of picks and money. Yeah, I mean, 5 picks, 2 first, 2 seconds, and a 4th rounder, plus Noah Fant. I always say his name wrong. A couple players. Dave said, any given Sunday, Murray is going to be one of the biggest challenges for the defense. Yeah, I totally agree. Because if he tires out this defense with him extending plays, hopefully the coverage is good. The coverage is only going to be so much. They can only cover for so long, when the play breaks down. So I think our corners are good for that. Avonte Maddox isn't playing, so should be really interesting. I feel like there's going to be a QB spy a lot. We'll see. Killer Ghost says, what up, Joey Shakes? Looking forward to this game. Your score prediction as of right now, I'd say 31-24. 31-24 is probably my score. Jason, what up, Joey? What did it say? Goddard 10. I think Goddard gets more than. I think Goddard can get more than that. I think he can get 15 targets in this game just because with Zevin Collins, that linebacker group is not good at all. So I think middle of the field is the weakness, and I think you can use Goddard there. You can use on slant play, on whatever you want to do middle of the field. I don't think they have the right linebackers for it. Zevin Collins way too raw right now and not having the best year. So I think Goddard has a pretty big game come this Sunday. Ryan said if the season ends right now, I would think Jalen Hurts gets a – yeah, if the season ended right now, yeah, 100%, then there's no doubt. Joe said Hurts is focused. I became a Hurts fan when he played the Cardinals his first year. Claw, says I'm going 5-0 first wideout game. I Bling Greed 20 says, what up? What's going on, dude? Eagle Slayer says, I like what I saw from Sermon. Dude, me and you both, man. I really liked what I saw from Sermon as well. He's becoming like, I want him to get more reps on third down. You have a running back that runs like Jay Ajayi, tough, physical. From the 2 carries he had for 11 yards, whatever it was, I thought he played really well. I mean, he had the obviously the face mask on the second carry, but he runs tough. He runs real quick. He's got some agility towards him. He's very athletic. So give it a shot, man. I'd give more reps to him. No doubt. So nobody says, imagine what it would mean for the team if we land AZ and just blow them out of the water. Yeah, I mean, it would be great. I mean, if we blew them out, I'd be shocked. But this is another test. I think this is definitely a test. Really, it's not as a whole team. I think the Jaguars were actually a really good as a whole team. I thought they were pretty good. A very tough, scrappy team. But with the Cardinals, Kyler Murray just brings another dimension, kind of how Jalen Hurts brings a huge dimension. Kind of with the same-ish type of skill set that they have with their RPOs and stuff like that. So Eric Long says, bro, I think the Jordan Mailata injury is going to be more serious than we think. No, I think it's like 3 to 4 weeks. It's like 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, he could play right now. If he wanted, he could play. What was said today is he could play if he wanted to. The problem is his extension of his arm, of that shoulder. How much can he get an extension with his arm? Just sit him. Just sit him. Okay. Driscoll is fine at left tackle. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with Mailata taking off this game whatsoever. So just sit him. Who knows? Next week he might. I mean, it doesn't even say he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. There are the rumors he's out 3 to 4 weeks, but I don't know if that's even the case right now. He could feel better by next week. I think the smart way to do it is to sit him. I think that's what you have to do right now. We got super chat from Teal Hopkins. What's going on, man? He says, I sent Covey your Switch Army Knife video you made on him on IG and laughed. He's the only Eagle that responded. Wait, what happened? I sent Covey your Swish Army Knife video you made on him on IG. I don't have Instagram, bro. I don't know if this is a joke or Braden Covey's got to play better because right now I'm just like, punt returns are garbage. Kick returns are a lot better because he's automatically going to have more time on kick returns. But I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. But, hey, I don't know. Maybe you got me mixed up with someone else, dude. But if there was something that you sent, probably say, I'm hoping they blow Dallas out of the water. Freeze says, I think Mailata's shoulder is dislocating and then popping back into place. Yeah, and that's what they can't happen because he could dislocate that shoulder again, and it's going to be bad. So I think sitting him is probably the smartest thing to do right now. Joe says, agree. Jay Cox, hey, Joe, do you think those main objective will be to resign our free agents next offseason because we're set with this team and excellent draft capital too? We should be between 30 to 45 million. We could have more than that depending on restructures, but I don't know. I think you have to sign Bradbury. I think you have to sign TJ Edwards. If you're choosing between Kaiser White and TJ Edwards, I think you have to sign TJ to a lucrative extension. Miles Sanders is a big question mark to me. I don't know what they're doing with him. I mean, so far he's having a really good year, and I want to say that this could work. Maybe they can get a deal done, but he's coming off a rookie contract, man. Like, I can't promise that he's going to be here next year. You know what I mean? Then, because Kenneth Gainwell is not going to be your number one. It's not going to happen. So the Eagles probably going to draft another running back between rounds 3 to 6 this year and try to get something done. I don't know. Dave said Mailata should play Dallas, at least start. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how he feels after this week. I don't know what the deal is with him. He's doubtful for Sunday, so probably not going to play, and I'm totally fine with that for this week. So we'll see. Just I think we need to sit him also. Muzzle says CJG missed a lot of tackles. He needs to clean that up. Yeah, there was a couple times. I think a lot of some of the guys were missing tackles too. Or it could have been like a 1 yard loss and it turned into like a 3-4 yard gain. So I think that's something they could definitely clean up. Nate, somebody got Joey Cardinals' third cornerback has given up so many yards. Look for Watkins to go off. How many yards did he give up, man? How many yards? Free outside. I predict 27-20 Eagles. Hurts 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Quez catches a bomb. Damn. Muhammad Imran says Eagles 38-21. Christine says, I feel like there's going to be a QB spy a lot. Ernest says, now get rid of Sanders. Get rid of Sanders. His production is easy to replace with our O-line. Jay says, extend Slay, make this last stop with the team, friendly deal. Well, Slay, I don't know why everyone thinks Slay is a free agent. Slay's not a free agent after this year. Slay has 1 more year left on his contract. So they can always extend him next year or whatever they want to do. Sam says, I expect they'll move Sanders prior to the trade deadline. He's been good, but I could see Howie giving him a bag. I can't see him giving him all that money. Between this offensive line with the depth you have behind it for a decade and a half of what you're going to have for a long time. So should be I don't know. I don't think Miles is I don't know if Miles gets traded by the trade deadline. I mean, if the Eagles are contending this year, there's no way they're getting rid of him during the year. I don't see that happening, but I mean, I'd be shocked, to be honest, because that would be a big blow to our offense. I know it's easy to replace, but as of right now, who are you going to give more touches to? Gainwell? I think Miles Sanders is better than Gainwell as a runner. I just think he's got more to it. I don't think you can afford to get rid of Sanders during the year. If you get rid of Sanders, you're going to have to get a lot of draft capital. Like, if I'm getting rid of Sanders, I'm getting a second to a first-round pick for him, like automatic, like 1 pick. I don't care what it is. Second to a first is what I'm kind of asking for right now with that. We got another super chat from TL Hopkins. Thank you so much, man. He says, I sent a copy of the video you made about him. He responded to the video. My bad. No, you're good. Oh, what did he say, dude? What did he say? Hopefully it was good. It was something good, not bad. Nate Smith said, what up, Joey Shakes? What's going on, Nate? Free said, they lowered Hargrave's overall man by 5. Makes no sense. 85 to an 80? I don't know. Maybe because his production hasn't been up. Maybe, I guess. Appreciate it, Joe, so much. He said, hit the like button. Thank you so much, man. Off in the Barnes has been following you for a while now. Love your insights on the game. I got Philly 31-17 go Birds. Off in the barn. Appreciate the support. Number 2, that could be. I mean, I don't know if the Birds are going to kill them. I don't know if they're going to just destroy them. I mean, if they shut down Kyler Murray, the game is done. If they could shut him down and he doesn't extend on these third downs with his legs and kills us when we blitz, okay, maybe there is a chance that we could just totally dominate them, but it might be a close game. It might be a close one. Sam says, if they don't move Sanders prior to the deadline, he goes to free agency. Do you think Howie's going to let that happen knowing someone will sign him? Yeah, I mean, Howie wants to get something. Howie wants to get something for someone. You know what I mean? Like, I totally get it. You know what I mean? Howie's not, just like I don't think he's going to let Andre Dillard walk after this year and just go to another team. He wants, I think with Driscoll being at left tackle, I think Dillard is most likely, I think, a big trade target. Will be on the block by the trade deadline, by the last week at least, if that's when they want to get rid of him. He's on the 21-day practice window right now, so we'll see what happens. So not only you have Jack Driscoll as a backup left tackle, center, right guard, right tackle, you have a backup left tackle, Andre Dillard, as well, if a team really wants his services. Yeah, I mean, you could say that about a lot of players if it's not just Miles Sanders or somebody else. Like, I understand they don't want him to walk either. They want to get something for him. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. Jay said, hands up, Mr. Midget won't be able to see. Vem says, fly will fly. I need the Saints to keep on losing so we can get top 3 pick. Who do they face next week? I don't know who they face. Who the Saints face next week? They say he's given up 679 yards already. Holy. What's the guy's name? 679? I got to keep record of that. 679 yards? That's just insane. That's a little bit crazy. As a number 3, that's not good at all. Quez Watkins should go off of this game. So yeah, that's not great. Twisted Death says Sanders, Gainwell, Sermon, too nasty. I totally agree, man. That's why I don't think they're going to move him. If they're contending, they're not just going to get rid of Sanders. Like, you let go of Sanders when the Eagles are playing well, I don't know. Like, then they're going to have to give a lot to Gainwell, more to Boston Scott, and I don't know if this is going to work. And obviously you have Trey Sermon in the building, so he'll get a lot more snaps. There's no doubt about that. So Stephen Elliott say, hey, Joey, making the trip to Arizona. Hope I won't be disappointed. You won't, bro. We're going to come out with this win, dude. Hope you have a good time, Steve. Joe said, I wouldn't even take the first for Sanders. Eagles says, the Arizona drought will be over come Sunday. Eagles says, Joey, any concerns for Sunday? It's really, the only concern I have is Kyler Murray, really. I mean, because he can extend plays with his feet. You know, the Eagles blitz, and they miss him. They can't take him to the ground. He's real sneaky. It's going to be a long day. He will be the main factor. If Kyler Murray wasn't the quarterback, I think the Eagles could beat them pretty easily. But since he's playing, he brings a whole nother dimension to that offense. That's just the problem. Joseph, you won't be Stephen. Chris says resign Miles as long as the contract is reasonable. Yeah, I mean, I'm not paying him $40 million. That's definitely not happening. Bates says, Joey, how is it going today? And Eagles draft picks are 2 first-rounders, 1 second, 1 third, 1 fourth, 1 fourth round, and 2 sevenths in next year's draft. It is going to be nuts, man. Eagles have a lot of draft capital. A lot of draft capital for next year. They might not even keep those first 2 first-round picks. They might actually trade one of those back for 24. Because if you trade back a first-round pick for this year into next year, you'll have 2 firsts and 2 seconds in the 24 draft, which I think is pretty cool. Bellside Warrior says, it may depend more on where the Saints pick for us next for us ends up. Let's Aaron's walk if we get a chance to draft Robinson from Texas. Everybody wants that Bijan Robinson, man. A mixture of Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey in one, which is nuts. Free said, imagine the Saints absolutely shit themselves and we get a top 10 pick and get Will Anderson. That would be fantastic. Godzilla says, we could make an offer for JT if the Colts continue to struggle. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. When the time comes, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Like, we're going to hear all the rumors when it happens. So they play the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks could beat them. I think it's realistic. I didn't think Carolina was going to beat the Saints, and it happened. I didn't think that was going to happen. Free says, Saints play Hawks next week. Gino with master class. Matt says, Saints play the Hawks. We got here that says, I want to replace Miles Sanders with the top running back prospect, Bijan Robinson. Look, if Bijan Robinson is a generational talent, then that's the only way I'm getting him in the top 10. Okay, like that's if you're looking for a running back, that's going to be a long-term answer. And look, I don't know. It's tough because like if you get a monster running back with a top 10, are you trying to say that you're going to re-sign him after 4 to 5 years? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It makes me really nervous when you draft a running back in the top 10. I'm not a fan of it at all. I actually hate it, to be honest with you. We got Beast Denver. What's going on? Bills can't find a running back. How do you think it would take to get Sanders to resign for a 3-year deal? I mean, it's hard because it depends what he wants, because he might want the bag, because you're coming off a rookie contract. You're financially trying to get secured off your first contract. Like, this is where you make your money. Like that, after that rookie deal, like this is where you make this is where your fortune comes from. So Dane says, Giants 21, Packers 34. Freddie says, their corner depth after Murray and Marco Wilson, Trayvon Mullen, and Christian Matthew. I think Wilson has been solid, but Mullen was asked in Las Vegas. Harris says, Bijan 6 foot, 214 pounds. He thinks that I feel like we're going to get a trade for Dillard. I'm talking 2 second draft picks or a second and a third. I would take a second for him straight up. I'd take a second for him in a heartbeat. There's no way. I think Howie's up to something by the trade deadline. I think Dillard is definitely. If they don't trade Dillard, I'd be shocked. So, Eagle said, Joey, we need a PR. Covey ain't the guy. No, I think as a kick returner, he is a little bit better because there is space in front of him on kick returns. I think he can get better if he does get better. But the punt returns, he's too hesitant, way too hesitant. The tracking of the ball, I think he has an issue with too. I don't know if that's another issue he has. We got Weapon X NFL Eagles. What's going on, dude? He said, this is a W. Eric says, I'm going to be at the Eagles versus Cowboys game Sunday Night Football on the 50-yard line on the home side. Well, I hope you have a good time, man. Sam said, you almost have to play a zone blitz to contain scheme against Kyler. That being said, I'm calling for a complete blowout, 31-7. Birds. Damn. Interesting enough, it could happen. Derek says they did a study. You ever get value signing a running back in a second to a second contract? Well, I think it depends on the running back. It depends on how many carries, how much he's been hit in the first 4 years of his career. It really just depends on running back and how much he's been used within the 4 years, really. But I totally get it. It's more strain on a running back the longer a running back stays, stays in the league. I totally get it. And over time, it's a devalued position that's getting a lot of money still at this point. Matthew says, I hope you're having a great day. You too, Matthew. I think we're gonna get an even trade for Dillard. I'm talking 2 second-round picks, second round and a third. Fox Yago says we need to be careful how we act. Though, let's not get cocky. No, dude, it's not being cocky, man. It's being confident. And our team's undefeated. No one could talk crap about us. Like, we're undefeated right now. We can act however we want. This is how I think. If you're undefeated, you can say whatever the hell you want. That's it. Until we lose a game. Then you have to kind of be realistic on what's the issue here. So, Seahawks put up 48 points last week. Joseph, I would give up two first to move up to get Willie Anderson. I wouldn't at all. I would not. He goes to Dillard to the Titans makes a ton of sense. Free said, imagine what it would feel like if we trade or cut midseason from a team that would go to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean. I know. I mean, that's and it's happened to many players over the years. It's happened before. Godzilla, I'd play Driscoll on Monday night and see how he goes again. If he looks fine, maybe consider moving Dillard. I think they're going to move him. I mean, Jack Driscoll has more value. He plays left tackle, which I didn't know in training camp. He even cross-trained the right tackle. He was a right guard, right tackle in training camp. They must have cross-trained him, and we didn't even know about it. I didn't know he played left tackle at all. In college at Auburn, he did. He played center as well. Right guard, right tackle. He just has more value. Dillard cannot play guard. He can't even play on the right side. He's got no value. Little to no value for us. So if the Eagles could build his draft stock up, his trade stock up a little bit, try to do something with him, they could probably get something done. Howie Roseman is going to want the best. Nate says, Cowboys play Rams. Who you got? The Rams look like crap. The Rams look horrible. So I don't know. The Cowboys could win this week. Just to be honest, I think they could win again. Kind of, it's just what it is, man. I mean, as much as we could say they haven't been playing good teams, as much as they could say we haven't been playing good teams, their record speaks for itself. They're winning with a backup quarterback right now. Until Dak comes back to see what he's gonna, I don't know if it's gonna go get better with Dak coming back off injury. It's gonna be tough for those fans. I mean, they're gonna be dealing with I don't think they're gonna be dealing with a quarterback controversy because unless Jerry Jones is a piece of garbage and just puts Dak back in there, or doesn't let Dak go back and be a starter this year when you're paying the guy so much money, but. We got Charles said, yo, Joey, would you consider trying to pick up Calvin Ridley next year? We runners up. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think we're past that now. Like, I was always up for trading for Calvin Ridley. Then he started gambling, and it was a blessing in disguise that it happened because what we got out of it was great in A.J. Brown. So I'm glad Calvin Ridley's not a Philadelphia Eagle right now. For right now, like if he's cheap and you want to pick him up as an extra receiver, fine, but as of right now, I'm totally fine just to stick where we're at. Godzilla, would you trade both our first round picks to get Will Anderson? I wouldn't. I would not. We got a super chat from Byron Wright. What's going on, dude? Thank you so much. He says, I don't think Miles Sanders ain't going nowhere because Howie likes him. Howie could give him contracts. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, so far he's deserving of one right now. I mean, I think he could hit over 1,000 yards. I could say he could probably hit over 1,100 yards this year. I think he could do it. But I don't know, man. I'll be stunned if they sign a running back to big money. I'll be kind of stunned, to be honest. I'll be kind of shocked. Steven says, you think Dak first game will be versus the Birds? It could be. Probably. They're going to know that it's a really important game. And do they have enough? It's just say, like, if Cooper Rush wins next week and they don't play him, they don't put him in that game against us with Dak coming off from injury, his first game back to a really important game, Jerry Jones might even tell the quarterbacks, like, look, we're going to start Cooper Rush for one more week because this is a really important game this week, and we got to win this game. And I don't know, depending what Jerry does, who he puts in, Joseph, the Rams have at least 30 to beat the Cowboys. Godzilla says, yeah, I would draft a running back in the third round, the highest. Yeah, I'm not drafting a running back top 10 unless he's – and look, if this Bijan Robinson, great, but I'm not giving up two – I don't mind drafting him. I just don't want to give up 2 first-round picks to move up in the draft for Will Anderson. I'm kind of really – the deciding factor to this whole thing is going to be that Saints pick, probably. Eagle Slayer says Dak won't be ready to come back when we play them. I know that for sure. Dak nor Cooper scare me. Joe says I'm hoping 7. Free says running back's the most skillful position in football. Your entire success rate depends on the O-line. You constantly see low draft picks running backs proving to have good value. Chris Carson, Frank Gore. Yeah, I totally agree. Look what the Patriots did with Tom Brady taking pay cuts every single year and plug-in type running back players, just plugging running backs in, not giving running backs big contracts. So that's what I feel like the Eagles are going to do. It's going to be a plug-in type running back by committee type room right now. So Joe said, I think Sanders could go over 1,000. I think he's on pace for it, man. I would love to get Will Anderson with one of the first rounds. I think we can definitely get him this year. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, Brandon Graham is going to be a free agent after this year. Derek Barnett is going to be rehabbing. They just have to They just have to get rid of him. Get an injury settlement, whatever the case may be with him. They just have to get rid of him. You could lose 2 defensive ends this year after this year. So I think you have to draft a monster on the edge. I know you got Hassan Reddick right now, but why not draft another one for your trenches? I think you should do that. Depending what Brandon Graham does the rest of the year, there's only a certain amount of time you're going to keep Brandon Graham on this roster. I wouldn't keep Brandon Graham you keep Brandon Graham, that's fine, but don't miss out on a player that you could get in this draft because, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to miss out because you're keeping a veteran that's been here emotionally attached to this organization. They have to, if they have to move on, they have to move on. That's the way it is. Jared Carrick says Arizona will be an easy W. Their defense is good against the pass, but you can still run the ball down their throats, and their offense is bad. Maybe ugly and low scoring for a while with the Cards hanging. Yeah, we'll see. I think they've only given up 87 yards per game rushing. I think they could run the crap on them. I don't see why not. You have the offensive line to do it. I don't see why you can't run on them. The RPO should work. Their linebackers are horrible. Zevin Collins, too raw. Like I said, Dallas Goedert should have a big game. Zach Ertz might have a pretty good game, too. I don't know if they shut him down, but I think if you move Hollywood Brown the inside, keep Zach Ertz on the other side, I think they could do something really nice with both of them and get them open. So Jared Carrick says, I see Philly opening it up in the second half and cruising. Them says, I would try to trade Dillard to the Broncos to see what we get because they lost their O-line with a broken leg. Well, dude, do they have any picks? They don't even have any picks. They don't have 2 firsts and 2 seconds for the next. They don't have a first or second round for next year's draft. They don't have a first or second round for the year after that. They don't have a first, second, and a 4th round pick for 23. I mean, there's no picks. I mean, you're not going to be able to get a high pick. The Broncos is going to be an impossible team to trade with. They gave up way too much draft capital trading for Russell Wilson. That's just the truth right now. Fox says, I wouldn't waste a pick for a running back. We are stacked. Eagle Slayer says, doesn't scare me. Jared Carrick says, Eagles are basically a less talented Ravens of the NFC. They will win the NFC least, but I don't see them getting that far in the playoffs without developing more of a passing threat. Well, Jared, I don't know what you've been watching, bro, but I think the passing game has been perfectly fine. I've had no issue with the distribution of the football. The first game was the first game. It looked like a mess. It was a lot of rust. I mean, every team dealt with getting the rust off. Okay, that's the truth. But I've been perfectly fine with this passing game. Look what we did last week. It was a horrible 20 to 30 mile an hour winds with heavy rain. I mean, you can't pass the ball that much. He had a little over 200 yards. I knew he was going to have like maybe 200 yards, a little bit more than that. So should be interesting. Jay says 38-13, Bear Gang. What's going on, man? Boys for Life. What's going on, dude? If you guys haven't subscribed to Boys for Life, me and Boys for Life are actually going to do some content for the Cowboys week to talk about Eagles, Cowboys in a professional manner. It's not going to be cutthroat, but, we'll definitely talk about both of our teams going into that game. And obviously when we get more insight on, the injuries and what's going on both teams and stuff like that and quarterbacks and all that great stuff. Definitely subscribe to Boys for Life's channel. He just hit 2,000 subscribers. Really great dude, smart guy. Could piss you off, But he's defends his team really well, and be looking forward to that this week. So definitely subscribe to his channel if you guys haven't. I think you guys should, because we will be together very soon. Sam says they developed Gainwell, but Sanders a replacement. If the Saints give us a top 3 pick, we'll get Anderson and a cornerback. That really depends on if they use both those first rounders. I don't know if they do. I actually been really liking the way they've been trading back those first round picks every year the past couple of seasons. I actually like that a lot, because you have an extra first round pick for the next year. If you could just hit on that one pick, the Eagles will have some free agent. The Eagles will have some cap space as well. So, I mean, God knows what they're going to add in free agency on top of going into this draft. I wouldn't even use 2 picks. You could. I mean, look, if I was to use, just say, if I was to use the 2 picks, I'd get a defensive end and I would get a cornerback with those first 2 picks. I think that's what's going to be smart. I would draft, and it sounds stupid, I would re-sign Bradbury. I would get a corner in the first round, have him learn behind Bradbury and Slay. Once Slay leaves, he'll be ready, or Bradbury leaves, whoever has the shorter contract. Then we'll be ready to go. I understand you don't draft a corner in the first round that's on the bench, but you can do a lot with a guy that's around. That's a first-round draft pick, so we'll see. Joe said, I want Dak to play so delusional Cowgirls fans can't have no excuses. We're going to find out. Then he said, 44-10 Eagles. Imagine, Joe. Yeah, I don't know that's going to happen. I'll be a little bit more realistic than that. I don't think that's going to happen, but, hey, it would be great, though. Chris Scott says, Jared, have you watched the Eagles passing game? The statement you made is I don't know. Look, everyone has their opinion, man. Here's the thing that I ran into the other day, okay? If you weren't on the Hurts train going into this year and you're on the Hurts train now, there's nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of fans getting bullied around because of it, and it really pissed me off. I saw some comments that were actually really disgusting because, you know what? I wasn't 100% on the Hurts train this year. I was 100% to bring him back for one more year. I was 100% I had a gut feeling that he was going to do well this year, but it was to be determined if he was going to play well. How he's playing right now and this hot streak he has been playing, I didn't think that this would have happened until like the middle of the season. I thought they would have built up to the point that they're playing, how he is playing at a great level right now. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with somebody like how we look at every play, how we look at all these different things. Like there are fans that just don't do that because everyone labels you as a fan because you have to watch the team every week, or you're a casual fan that watches them but doesn't follow the news or follow the metrics of things. Like there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't know why people get beat down like because of it. And it's just really annoying. It's like anybody can have an opinion about a player on the team. Like I talk about the same thing almost every day when it comes to Jalen Hurts and the way every week, because we play a game every week, so we have to talk about it. Like I nitpicked at Hurts last year. I didn't think he had a great year last year. Got to the playoffs, but I don't think they had a great year. I think the whole team didn't have a great year. Like I there's always it. That's just what it is right now. I don't like fans getting bashed because it's like just because I look at the way this team plays, like I can change my opinion on things, like things I used to think that was going to happen are not happening anymore. If I like plain pizza and I switch to pepperoni, but I really want to switch back to plain because plain is like my first favorite. It's okay to switch back to plain pizza. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like you could do that. There's no fault in that. I remember what you said last year. Like who? Last year was last year, dude. It was last year. It's ridiculous. Christian, what's going on, dude? I bet you, Joey, if Will Anderson does get picked, I would draft Myles Murphy with the Saints pick. Yeah, Myles Murphy seemed to be a good player, too. I can't wait to go over some of these draft prospects for next year. Limit says, Kaiser White covering Ertz's name. CJGJ. Eric says, do you like the movie Keepers Creepers? You mean Jeepers Creepers? I just watched it. I just watched it the other day. It was horrible. It was actually embarrassing. Legendary Greatness says, Kenny Galladay at number 14 runs hard, more north-south style. Free says, we won't play a ton of man coverage, so there won't be a clear matchup on Ertz. Yeah, and that might be a problem. might be a problem. So Ertz is definitely someone you have to keep your eye on this game. Definitely. Sam said, people can say what they want about Hurts. That's fine. This dude finds a way to win, whether it's throughout the air or with his legs. He'll put you in position. Everyone else just needs to execute. That's all that matters. He's got to let the offense work for him. I'm telling you, they have built so great around Jalen Hurts, and Hurts is just getting better because of it. And no quarterback could do it all by himself with no weapons. It's absolutely impossible. We used to have this crap the past few years with, Cowboy fans would say Carson Wentz needs weapons to win, or Eagles fans would say, well, Dak Prescott needs weapons to win. Like, there's no quarterback out there that could do it all by themselves. There's nobody out there. Look at Aaron Rodgers, how he started out this season. Like, he's not even playing great this year. Okay? Like, when there's too many new faces on this team, like, yeah, you got to build that chemistry. But, it is what it is. Limit says Terrifier 2 is fire. Oh, man. We'll get into that another day, but, man, it was great. Audrey Ferber says, go Phils. Wow, come back. The Mets are losing 7-0 in the 5th. Chris says, everyone can have an opinion. I'm cool with that. Just don't make statements that aren't true. Our passing game has been great. Yeah, I don't believe our passing game I could never believe that I can't believe anybody that says our passing game wasn't good. I have to see if our passing game gets better. Like, what? Like, really, bro? Chris Garvin says, it's why they call us fans. We're fanatical. Exactly. Joe says, go Phillies. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 says, Jake Elliott out Sunday. Yes, so the Eagles have Cameron Dicker and Dicker the kicker. Both kickers. The Cardinals kicker is going to be out too, so both teams have new kickers this week, which is kind of crazy. Chris says, Jeepers Creepers Reborn it was horrible. It looked like that movie was made in like my bedroom with green screen. That's how bad I was actually really offended by that. Like, that's a beloved franchise, one of my favorite franchises, and they screwed it up. Jake Elliott is out Sunday. That is the name of the game for this week. You have a good running back tandem, of course, with James Conner and Eric Benjamin. I think the running back tandem is really good too. I have to see if is Justin Pugh not playing. He was limited, so that's probably a good thing for us. Well, I don't pray for injuries, but I'm just saying. I mean, for this game, it's going to be a good thing for us because if Justin Pugh's not playing, yeah, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be a big issue going into this game so far. Twisted Death says they just want to tell them they were right, which they were, but they act like they couldn't have been bad. They couldn't have been bad again. Joe said, I don't think anyone thinks Hurts had a great year last year. Hit the gritty. Yo, what's going on, man? Eric Long says this 2023 draft is low with talent. Can't wait for your draft videos and with 500. Yeah, we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be doing the whole draft yet again. It was a lot of fun. We had so much fun doing that draft with our Matt Corral jerseys on. It was a blast, and we're probably gonna do it again. Most likely, probably gonna do it again. We got Colt Cowboys. What's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and good luck to you and your Rams this week. I know the Eagles are going to have a tough game against the Cardinals Sunday. I think we're both playing at the same time. I think we're both playing middle afternoon on Sunday. So can be flipping back and forth between these two games, which should be awesome. Julie says, Hurts is only third in total yards. Chris Scott. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6. Joey, do you think we play Mulatto or keep him out until next? I don't know. Either I don't think he's playing. I think he's already doubtful. He is definitely not playing. He's 100% not playing Sunday. I don't think he's playing at all. Joe said, what up, Coles? How are you things? Free Harlow says, I agree with Chris Scott. You are a casual fan that doesn't follow storylines. You be making statements that have no basis or completely untrue. Limit says, AJ Brown video was the best Philly. Was feeling himself. See, Bree December says, have you seen Kelsey's brother podcast? The New Heights podcast? Oh, it's great. Do you agree with Jason Rocky better than Batman? I mean, look, because I never looked at it from Jason Kelsey's point of view about Batman, so it's just kind of weird. Like, you have a billionaire that's kind of living in a bat cave under, like, the city, but that's what he believes. So, if you haven't checked out the New Heights podcast with Jason Kelsey, I never was a big fan of Travis Kelsey, but, man, that guy is funny as hell, though. He is funny. I'm starting to like him a lot as a person. Steven says, which free agents are not signing extension with the Eagles next year? I think Kaiser White, Dillard. It really depends if they sign both linebackers. I don't think it's going to happen. I would say Kaiser White, Edwards. I don't know, man. Like, Chauncey Gardner and Marcus Epps are free agents too after this year, so I don't even know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do with both of them. So I'm still on a question mark with that, to be honest with you. Sam, I don't see the Cards running backs being much of an issue if we take a lead early, which is why I'm calling for a blowout. I can see a couple turnovers early. Kyler will be running for his life. Liz Eric Graydon says, what about the backup tight end? Do you think he could step up if we need him? I mean, Calcaterra is great. I mean, I want to see more Calcaterra. After he got that catch during that Washington game, I was like, I want to see more from him. Jack Stahl is more of a blocking tight end. I mean, we'll see what the competition is next year. Tyree Jackson is still on, coming off that ACL. So, I mean, Tyree Jackson, this would have been his second year playing tight end, but it'll be his second year next year being tight end. So, still think we haven't found that tight end 2 yet. Grant Calcaterra only played in that third preseason game. That was it. He was hurt since July 30th with a hamstring injury. So Dustin said, what up, Joey? Feels good to be an Eagles fan. It does. It really does. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6. Do you think Calcaterra will play Sunday? I don't know. Probably not. I'm not sure. Yeah, so me too, Coles. Christine says Lane versus Watt is going to be a good one. I think Watt's washed. I think Watt could still get pressure on but I don't think Lane has been unstoppable. I don't think Watt's doing a damn thing. I mean, JJ Watt's got to retire, man. This man is going to have a heart attack or something during a game, which, knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen. But this man has got health issues up the wazoo. I mean, this guy had to re-shock his heart. They had to literally re-pump his heart, at the hospital a couple of days ago, and he played in a game. You know what I mean? It's just J.J. Watt's on it. Zach Allen, on the other hand, he's playing really good on the edge for the Zach Allen's playing really good for the Cardinals right now. But J.J. Watt's really with Lane Johnson. Lane John hasn't given a quarterback pressure or a sack since the last couple of years. I mean, he's been playing at such a high level. It's been insane. Eric says, what do you think the Saints pick we got will end up being? I'm hoping a top 10 to a 15. If not, I think realistically it could be a 15 to a 20, 25, 15 to a 20, 21, something like that. But I'm hoping it's top 10 if they play bad. They have, dealing with some injuries too. Andy Dalton's the quarterback right now. So Free says, is Jason Kelce or Philly Vonner a large Batman? Well, Jason's sexy Batman. So Philly could be large Batman because the sexy name is taken. So he could be. I bet said Joey Justin Pugh is out for this week's game. Is it officially official that he's out for the game? I don't know if he is. Joseph Dicker is a good kicker. He played for Texas. Chris said Arizona. If Arizona loses the next 2 games, do you think they would trade Ertz back to? No, I would never. No, we're done. It's over. It's over, guys. New regime, new era. It's never happening again. Izzy says play Nakobe Dean to spy Murray and run assist. They're not going to play Nakobe Dean. they're not going to put him on the field until next year. They're not doing it. It's not going to happen. He's a sponge in the room. He's talking a lot more than the position coach and Nick Reynolds. He's going to do perfectly fine. That doesn't mean anything. Nakobe Dean not playing doesn't mean anything. All it means is that they went all out and literally signed Kaiser White. They put a lot of bodies at linebacker this year and drafted Nakobe Dean in the 3rd round. So they put a lot into it, man. You know what I mean? You have to go with the hot hand. Nakobe Dean hasn't played in a game yet. So Gannon doesn't want to move too many pieces around. Doesn't want to move too many around. Kyle said, I think Kelce has been a lot more open this year because I think he knows he's retiring at the end of the year. Great to see him open up and show up his true self. Chris said, if we get a top 5 pick in next year's draft, Will Anderson is the pick without question. Shane said, I would resign Bradbury Edwards and we can add Reddick or get Will Anderson, but I also want to resign Garner, but who knows? Yeah, it's the thing is the Eagles have options. That's the good thing about this whole thing. The Eagles actually have options because we're not locked into a big contract with somebody that we can't stand. We're not locked into anything. The Eagles can do whatever they want. Howie Roseman can do whatever he possibly wants. Okay. I'm not worried about contracts. I'm not worried about where the money's being moved. I don't even think about it because I'm not worried about it because Howie Roseman's a master at it. So Taylor Walker Devine says, I want to see more Trey Sermon. He gave me Jay Ajayi vibes last week. He did. He had that powerful physical running. There's something there with him behind this offensive line. He's a good one there. Sam, I honestly think you have to resign Bradbury and restructure Slay. I want vets at cornerback, then draft someone to learn back. If them, Joe says New Heights is a good podcast. It is. It's a really good podcast. Steve LA says, "What should not Watt should not be playing? You don't mess with the heart, dude." Yeah, I don't know, man. That guy's falling apart every year. That guy's got to retire. It's Tori said, "Just got off work. Hope I didn't miss too much." What's up, Joe? What's going on? It's Torley. What's going on? Philadelphia Eagles fan 6. What player surprised you the most so far? Surprised me the most? Surprise. I would say Bradbury because I didn't think he'd be playing this good. Like, I thought he was going to play well, but I didn't think he was going to play that well this year. Like, I didn't think he was going to be lights out good this year. Like, he hasn't given up over 40 yards a game in coverage. I mean, lower passer rating. He's a top 5 corner that's playing this year statistically with big play Slay as a top 5. It's kind of crazy. Google Man says, who else is out for the Eagles besides Elliott? Malata's out. Maddox is out, and I think that's really it. Free said, imagine buying Amazon Prime just to watch the dreadful Colts-Broncos game. Yeah, it sucks, man. I mean, I've always had Amazon Prime because I buy a lot of stuff from there. So, Chris, I feel like I lost 20 pounds. Call him Keto Batman. I couldn't do a keto diet. I just looked up the Cardinals injury list and still is out. You're talking about Pugh still out. All right, we'll find out. The Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 and Maddox and Patrick Johnson are both out. Oh yeah, Patrick Johnson too. I totally forgot about his little injury he had. He was taking the reps for Derek Barnett. I could only see how he's signing Ertz to a 1-day deal to retire him as an Eagle. Ertz said he wants to do. Yeah, obviously he's going to come back on that 1-day deal. So Free says Reddick is on a 3-year deal. We don't need to re-sign him. No, Reddick, we don't. No. Oates says I would like to see more Trey Sermon. Godzilla says Gardner is going to whoever pays him the most. She says if we could get a first overall pick, I don't understand the power we hold. Sheesh. If we can get a first overall pick, you don't understand. I don't get what that means. It says anyone thinks Smith deserves a title better than Skinny. I don't know why that bothers me, but he should be technically Batman or Smooth. Yeah, I don't know. Well, he is really skinny. He's getting bigger, but he is skinny. Godzilla said we should need to sign my boy TJ Edwards and give him the CPAT. Dude, TJ Edwards is playing a Pro Bowl year. Kaiser White's having a good year too, but Edwards on not only as a tackler and a few sacks for the season already, and leads the whole team in tackles on top of it. Okay, leads the whole team in tackles. This man has, and coverage, he's great. Fantastic in coverage so far this year. Chris, I don't want Ertz back. You know how sentimental Howie is, though. No, well, he's not sentimental anymore, dude. Like, times are changing. When's the last time we brought an ex-player back? It's been a while. We haven't done it yet, so wouldn't worry about that. Greer says, let's go Phillies. I looked at the Eagles schedule, and yes, the Eagles didn't make it by. This could be a special year if we stay healthy. Go Eagles, dude. It's going to be great. I'm glad they made it, though. Sam says, Bradbury's a great number 2 corner. A lot of wide receiver cores don't match up. Yeah, it is. He's got to pick your poison with some of these guys. Avonte Maddox being out definitely hurts us, but I think as a role-playing safety/nickel corner in Josiah Scott, I think he's played really well. I mean, who knows? He might actually be a better corner than he might actually become a better corner than Zech McPherson. So we'll see. We got Clarence Worley says, do you think Nakobe will get a few snaps this weekend? No. Guys, I'm telling you right now, Nakobe Dean will not have another snap this year unless someone gets hurt. He will not get another snap. It's not because the Eagles don't want to use him. It's because they want to keep the hot hand in the game. If it ain't broke, there's no point in trying to fix it. No point in trying to make any type of changes to your linebacker core. The hot hand has been playing, and the hot hand will still play. That's how that is going to go right now. We got 216 in the chat. Appreciate it so much. You guys are new to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Cover the Eagles every single day. Hit the like button if you guys have it. Definitely helps the channel. I want to get those likes up to 200 likes if we can, or over that if we definitely can tonight. We're going to stream for another hour and a half, something like that. So any questions you guys have, let me know. We have the Philly Shakedown tomorrow on Philly 500's channel tomorrow night. Sunday, we will be streaming the game, and then we'll have I won't be able to do a post game because the game pretty much ends right when the Shakedown is going to start. I am going to be streaming the game, and we'll be hosting the Philly Shakedown for the post game on Sunday. So should be a lot of fun. Definitely subscribe if you guys have it. Click the link in the description. There is a lot of other ways to support the channel. Memberships in the pinned comment as well. Buy some memberships for some other people. Buy one membership for $2 for another person if you want in the chat. So It helps everybody out for extra content. Otis Slay, Scorpion Bradbury is sub-zero. Chris says, resign Bradbury over Sanders. I agree with that. I agree with it. Chris said, my bad. Forgot we have Reddick for 3 years. That's even better. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 is Nakobe Dean will probably play special teams this year, then take over next year if White Edwards don't come back. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're going to have Nakobe Dean be a good player. Don't think we're wasting a year or anything like that. We're fine. Nakobe Dean is very involved with what the Eagles do linebacker-wise. I know he's not playing in games, but he's very involved. You know, he plays special teams, obviously, but in the meeting room, and he's getting taught and he's getting mentored all year. It's going to be great. So, it says the Eagles got a whole Mortal Kombat roster. Drewski says Dean only gets special teams reps. Shows Johnson got a Inkits. What? Guys having linebacker depth is like that's what I'm saying. Like, if you didn't have Kaiser White, Nakobe Dean would play, but if you have nothing behind that, if someone gets injured, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be a problem. Concussion correct. For who? Kyle Taylor says, Joey, who do you think we resign? We have a ton of free agents. I think they signed TJ Edwards. I think they signed Bradbury. One of the two in Garner Johnson and or Marcus Epps, because both of them are free agents. I think McPherson's improving, Godzilla. I think he is improving. But what Slay said in training camp this past year, he was like, oh, he's close to being a number one or whatever he said during training camp. He's not close to that. Okay. I don't even think we have a number two corner on this roster right now when it comes to the backups. I don't even think we have that. We have some role players that could take over for a couple games if you need him, but I don't think if there's a specific, if Bradbury left, who would take over? Do you trust anybody? I don't. If Slay left, there's anyone to take over? Definitely not. So I'm not making a big deal about it right now. Like, Zach McPherson's a 4th-round pick. Like, I don't expect that much from him. But if he surprised me, then great. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 says, do you think we extend Slay this offseason? He's a free agent he's a free agent after next year, 23. I checked his contract. He's still playing. He's still on contract for next year. So I think they should give him one. There's no doubt. I think they should keep him in the building, but I think they need to draft a corner in the 1st round this year on top of a defensive end if they want to use those 2 first-round picks. If that's what you want to do, I have no problem with it, Jaden says, great show, Joey. Thanks. See you Sunday. All right, Jason. I'll see you later, man. I think JB is going to be a hard one to re-sign. If he keeps balling out, this team might offer him cornerback 1 money. Yeah, we're going to find out, though, like if could he play cornerback 1? Can he be a cornerback 1 on another team? I don't know if that's going to be the case. We might see a totally different player in him at that point. Slay doesn't just make our wide receivers better. He makes our corners better too. With him just being on the field, it's a huge difference. Oh, it's just Jordan Davis going to tip the ball when Kyle Murray throws it. I have a feeling because he's so freaking big. Jordan Davis is getting so much better every week, man. Can't wait for his future, man. Probably my favorite pick of the draft because I'm a defensive line type of guy. So he was a guy I was talking about all offseason after that combine. So Sam says that could be complete for number 2, number 3 next year. After another year behind Slay and Bradbury. Yeah, I think you give him a chance to play behind them for 1 more year and see what happens. I have no problem with it. Kyle Taylor said, who do you want in the 1st round, Joey? 2 picks. I mean, look, I'm looking to get Will Anderson, or I'm going to go get either Bijan Robinson, or I'm going to get, who's that corner from Clemson that I wanted too? That was a corner from Clemson that I really wanted. Forgot his name, but it says when you throw over Jordan Davis, it's going to be easy. It's like throwing over a freaking mountain. Freeze says, I think that you underrate McPherson. You didn't play bad versus Jags, only 2. Yeah, no, I get it, but he's got to show me more. It's not enough. It's not enough. 1 game doesn't prove that he's a number 1 or a number 2 or a number 3. It doesn't prove anything. Like, it doesn't prove anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't be like, oh, he only gave up 2 catches. Like, that's it. He's a great corner. No, it doesn't tell me that he's a great corner. It's 1 game. It's 1 game. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Reach above the original says we have to stay healthy. So huge if you do. Yeah, and I think that bye week in a couple weeks is definitely going to help us out a lot. So, JJ Bell says, Shakes, do you ever get the vibes that Hurts could tell you bad news and the way he relieves it makes you not mad? His interviews are just so interesting. Yeah, because he doesn't let things bother him and he doesn't get into all the outside noise. He knows what's going on. Like, it's impossible for a player not to hear bad, outside noise, but it doesn't affect him at all. I don't think it does, and that's the way it goes, It throws out. I would like that if we kept both Epps and TJ, and one of those guys definitely deserves a C patch next year. I mean, they could keep Epps and TJ. I don't know if they're going to keep Epps, TJ, Bradbury. I don't think they're going to be able to sign everybody. Carlos Dusso. What's going on, Carlos? She said we had to slay for one more year. Correct. I thought he was going to be a free. I think he's a free agent after next year, after the 23 season. I think he's a free agent, not this year. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 final. We get back with the black pants with the white jersey. I like the black pants with the white jersey a lot better. I don't like the white on white. Never been a fan of it. So Breaking says, let's just hope Howie keeps making decisions to give us opportunities like we all have now. Yeah, I totally agree. Joseph, my phone is acting crazy. Jason says, we better draft a big running back. Ever since Westbrook, we play small ball most of the time. They have to draft a big back. That Najee Harris with the Steelers, he is a beast. Najee Harris is a beast, man. That man is good. That man's a big body. He's elusive. Yards after contact is amazing. He is great. Dave says that at the time of drafting, still BBVA picked. We have wants on the team, but Howie will take who is available. I totally agree. Yes, because what Howie said in that, I forgot which press conference that was, when he said, like, we were doing it wrong and we got to take best player available over need. And I think that's where he got everything right. That's where he got everything right with the draft. There's a lot more behind the scenes stuff we don't know that we probably figured out that Howie Roseman has not had full control. What it seems like he has, but I don't think he has had full control the past few years. Not the past few years, but really since the Super Bowl. I think after the Super Bowl, I don't think he's had much. I think too many people have gotten in his way, like our owner, Jeffrey Lurie, Andy Weidel, so we will see, my friend. Sam said you can't rely on rookies at cornerback. You need proven vets, and you need your youngest players to learn from vets, then take over when they're ready. I totally agree with that. That's why I think if they draft a corner in the first round, sit behind Slay and Bradbury and have them just have this man sponge up everything that he can learn on the field, off the field, get him ready. It sounds stupid, but I think it would work out really well. Just I met Johnson had a concussion. Limit says, did you mean Bijan Robinson? Free says Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz are complete polar opposites mentally. Wow, oh, yeah, you think? Yeah. Did you just figure that out? Because I think we all knew that, but it is true though. It is by a mile. Limit says Miles won't get re-signed. Sadly, probably not. I'm getting myself prepared for it. Fox says, "Yo, Joey, what do you do on your off time, off topic?" I go to the movies. I go to the gym. I work my other job. I actually have a real job. I don't just do this. I have a full-time job. That's really it, man. I mean, that's really it. Watching football every week, what we do every single week. I mean, it's not much, man. Not much. Hang out with a buddy or two of mine. That's it. Not much. Nothing spectacular. I like going to, concerts. I like doing a whole bunch of stuff. So Kyle said Howie's going to have to take into account the extending Hurts as well. Money will only go. Yeah, but like I said, there's a way to do stuff. I'm not worried about the cap. I'm not worried when Jalen Hurts signs his contract. Look, it just depends on how far this team goes this year. They get to an NFC Championship game or they get to the Super Bowl. I mean, forget it. It's got to be a full guaranteed contract. Going to be really tough to fit him in. But there's no doubt that Howie Roseman won't get it done, and obviously help the Eagles out at the same time with cap, maneuvering and stuff like that. I'm not worried what Howie Roseman's going to do. It says Hurts would be a damn good sniper, calm in every situation. Nothing bothers them. I totally agree. Aaron Candy says, is Howie Batman yet? They should. I don't know what Batman he would be honest. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6, we should put George Zilla at running back Sunday. Okay, so not Eagles related, but out of 10 stars, how do you rate Terrifier 2? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I haven't seen a movie like that that's probably my top 3 horrific movies I've ever seen in my life. You take a Serbian film, what the hell is the second movie? Cannibal, I forgot what the second movie is. I just had a brain fart, but there's three of the most horrific movies I've seen, and Terrifier 2 made it in my top three. It is fantastic. Dave says, Howie is the Dark Knight, not Batman. Christine says, what are the odds Phillies go against the Cardinals in the wild card baseball and Eagles plays against the Cardinals on Sunday? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts. Ibate says, Joey, what cornerback player are you looking for Clem? I forgot his name. I have to look him up. Like I said, I haven't really looked at the draft too much. By December, I'll be looking at the draft. By the end of the year, I'll be looking at more of the draft. Right now, I'm focused on the Philadelphia Eagles getting to a playoff game, winning a playoff game, or getting further than that. So Sam says, Howie can't front load with signing bonus. I trust him. Godzilla says, fans trying to worry about the cap is always silly. You have no real deal of what's going on. Yeah, Lurie and Peterson were definitely interfering with it. I don't think Peterson was. I think Lurie 100% was interfering with the draft. And from what schools that Howie should be drafting from, no SEC schools, I think was a big problem. Malata is not playing Sunday. He is doubtful not playing Cannibal Holocaust. Thank you. Yes, that movie was... Serbian film is... I have only watched it 2 times my whole life. Do not watch it if you're like... it's gonna mentally mess you up. Like, that movie messed me up for a day. I was depressed for a day. That's how messed up that movie was. Kind of crazy. Cannibal Holocaust. Thank you. Yeah, that movie was really bad. Really bad. Howie is the bargaining Batman. Cody says it to me. I think Howie would be Bruce Wayne because he's on the business side of Batman, aka team being full of Batman. Let me tell you something. Howie Roseman, man, the past couple seasons, I've had no issue with what he's been doing. It has been fantastic. No issues with it. No problem. It's been great. Kyle says, I'm not worried about it either, but it'll be interesting to see who we lose. Yeah, we'll see what happens. There's Six says, Howie is Bruce Wayne. Brother Rob, what's going on, dude? He says, man, only way we lose injuries. This is the longest I've seen this team healthy. What a blessing in the skies after letting Carson go. Fly will fly. It really is, man. We are swimming in gold right now after that trade. Getting our first-round pick for Carson Wentz, man. Second-round conditional pick that turned to a first-rounder. Not just that third-round pick we got for the Carson Wentz trade was used to get Devontae Smith in that trade with the Cowboys. That was amazing. Dave says, no, Howie's DC version of Dark Knight. He wheels and deals behind the scenes of the darkness. What's going on, Brother Rob? Phil Davis fan 6 says, that would be cool to see Jordan Davis play running back. Libet says, Alfred is basically Batman's father. Yeah, pretty much. Joe says, what up with Elliott? Elliott's got a leg injury. He'll be fine. I mean, Cameron Dicker, the kicker, will be our new kicker. The Cardinals and Eagles will have new kickers going to this game, which I think is pretty cool. Kyle says, Joey, the Brink truck for Hertz is about 3 to 4 to its destination. It has a couple more mile markers to go. It's coming soon, man. It's coming soon. But Rob says, I hope we see a fat Batman, Kelsey in the cape. Limit says, Howie's 100% Alfred is the strongest DC character to ever exist. Joe said, my daughter went Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, Smashing Pumpkins is a good band. I haven't listened to them since like middle school. It's been a long time. Limit said, Alfred saw Superman. Howie would be Alfred. Nah, Howie don't take no orders from nobody. You don't take no orders from no one. He has I don't know, maybe he has the key to the Batcave. He knows all the secrets. But that's about it. Felix says, good thing we have great depth of the all-line. I'm telling you, Jack Driscoll and Suopeta at right guard last week was great. They ran 2 touchdowns to his side, and then he pulled on that plate to the left side. It was, oh, my God, Suopeta has had a lot of starting experience with this team. He has gone in the past few years from injuries. He has played very well. He's played the left and the right side. He's played very well. Jeff Stoutland, man. Jeff Stoutland, I think, is gone after this year. Jeff Stoutland, his contract is up after this year. So, kind of crazy. It's nuts. Fog Jagger says, I'm going to settle this now. Howie Alfred. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 says, do you think we see Kelsey get into the end zone this year? Yeah, maybe. We saw Lane Johnson do it last year, so maybe we'll see it this year. Shout out to Jack Driscoll. Jeff Stoutland has these guys coached up real good. Yeah, it's going to be tough. He's going to be tough to fill those shoes, man. What he did with Landon Dickerson's going to be a Pro Bowler. I mean, after a year, look what Landon Dickerson has done. Jack Driscoll. I mean, Jordan Mailata didn't even play football. Played rugby. 7th round pick. Crazy, bro. Sam says, Hurts strikes me as the type of team-friendly deal in order to keep talent. I mean, look, how much money do you really need? You know what I mean? I get it. They want the bag, okay? He's going to get the bag. But if there's a way that Howie and Jalen Hurts could work on something where it could benefit, look, like we want to give you as much money as possible, but if we do this, we're not going to be able to build as much around you. So if you want, we could work on something that could benefit both sides, blah, blah, blah. They get something done, and there you go. Joseph, did you see Nick went onto the Pat McAfee? Yeah, I thought that was great. Talking about Jalen Hurts, and they're doing the rock, paper, scissors and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. Nick is out there with some things, but he's such a good coach, man. I like him. I love him during these football games. No filter. Like, I love it. This team, after the plant manure crap that he said last year, I was shocked on how many teams really bought into that. I was kind of shocked how many teams bought into it, to be honest. But they said, Joey, if Howie does goodness year, we're going to have to break out that hockey mask because he will be killing it. Yes, get some Jason Friday the 13th mask like that one. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, it says, I bet you Driscoll could be a starter on a 15-team. They probably could. Probably could. I love Driscoll and I love Opeta. They played great. I didn't know Driscoll played the left side. In college at Auburn, he did, but I never saw him in training camp playing the left side at all. And he did. They asked Shane Steichen about that, and he did play the left side. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, he could play left tackle, right guard, right tackle. I think he could play a little center, too. He's got a little bit of experience at center as well. So that's great. That's fantastic, man. A lot of value. That's why Andre Dillard's got to get traded. True that. Quentin Guthmiller says, do you think the Vikings can beat the Bears? Yeah, 100%. Yes, they can. Dave says, Joey, if Howie does good next year, we might have to break out the Jason Manson. He is, bro. AT says, Stalin can't go anywhere. He's any team's secret weapon to success. I totally agree. They better give him at least give him one more contract, like 4 to 5 years or something. Give him a raise, because what he has done with the depth and the starters and what players we've brought in, even that new offensive line we brought into the practice squad is another guy, I think, from Washington. I forgot. His name is Tyrese Robinson, another guy they brought in, and he's like, 6'1", 230. I forgot what he is, but that's another guy that plays guard and tackle. So they brought in another guy that can play both positions too. Brett Toth is still on the IR, and he plays tackle guard. So they have a lot of guys that they have cross-trained as of right now. The more depth, the better it's going to be. R. Jones says, Howie, please draft edge Miles Murphy, Clemson Jr. He's a beast, future Pro Bowler. Felix Stalin should have a Batman cape. James McBride says, amazing comeback to victory for Phillies, 6-2. O says, Joseph thinks we're in good hands. Quentin Guttmiller says, should be an easy game for the Eagles, don't you think? I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I never call any game easy, especially when it comes to this team. This franchise, when have we had an easy game? You know, I mean, I don't think we've really been comfortable too much this year, but, we could have scored. We left a lot of points off the board in all 4 of these games that we've played. We could have scored over 40 points 3 out of the 4 of these games. But because they're playing that safe game, cautious game in the fourth quarter, second half, it's kind of been a little bit of a problem. So that's, that's just what it is. Mike says, R. Jones, I agreed. Would love that pick. And then a cornerback. Jay says, you need all the money. You need 6 generations of wealth at least. Jason Deed says, players become owners. That is the trend. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 says, it's always him, Nick Sirianni and Derek Barnett. Joe says, on the Pat McAfee show, Nick said he wants to get Kelsey to get a screen pass. That would be kind of scary, to be honest. R. Jones says Jalen Hurts is worth every penny. I wish Howie keeps up his draft streak. He's going to. Look, if he kills one more draft, I've been on board with Howie Roseman the past couple off seasons because this has so far has been the greatest offseason I have ever seen. If the Eagles can match this great offseason with a really good season on top of it, it's gonna be nuts. It is gonna be nuts. Philadelphia's fan 6 says, want to see Jordan Mailata get a touchdown on the screenplay. Gravy, what up, dude? Says, rank how you would prioritize resigning these guys. White, Bradbury, Hargraves, TJG, Epps, Pascal, Samalo. Pascal will be cheap, so I'm not really worried about Pascal so much. Samalo's a free agent after this year? Is that even true? Right now? Well, you missed TJ Edwards as well. So I'm going to go by your list. I'm just going to go by your list. Bradbury, Hargrave, Epps, Samalo, Pascal, and Garner Johnson. If I have to pick in that order, I mean, I don't know if the Samalo thing is right. I think he's still on contract. So if you add in TJ Edwards, you add in a couple more players, that definitely changes. So Shannon said we need to take the ball first to score immediately, get a turnover and score again, make Arizona one-dimensional and contain Kyler. Contain Kyler, I think, is the most important thing to this game. Jade says Cards are really NFC East, so it's never easy. Iron Mizzle, what's going on, dude? He says, Joey, my guy, only Batman character how it can be is the Riddler. He has a good draft again, and we can talk giving him a different name. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Brother Rob says, who else watched the game last night and was like, man, I'm glad I'm an Eagle fan. Dude, shit was a disaster. Glad we went with Hurts. Yeah, I know. They gave up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 4th rounder. They gave up a first, a second, and a 4th for next year's draft. Then they gave up a first and a second, plus Noah Fant and a couple players in 23. I mean, that's crazy, dude. That's just insane. That's an insane draft. I mean, that's an insane trade. I mean, it's wow. Jay says 4 years ago we hated Howie, to be honest. No, we did. But I think there's a lot of stuff we didn't know about in the background. Like, I don't think Howie Roseman's ever had full control. That's what I think. Like, I've been thinking that the past year and a half. Like, I think Jeffrey Lurie has been in the middle of what Howie wants to do. You could tell after that first night of the draft how comfortable it wasn't, like an awkward professional like press conference between Howie and Nick. I think both of them together. Ever since Nick became the head coach to the Eagles, I think the rumor is that Jeffrey Lurie stepped back. I think that's what happened. But we got a super chat from our Gravy. What's going on, dude? Says, disregard my Samal post. He's here. All right. Yeah, I figured he was going to be here. I wanted to make sure because I'm like, oh, my God. Samal's already – I thought he just got a contract extension not too long ago. So I was kind of like really confused. But, yeah, just making sure. I was a little confused on that one. But you're good. We all make mistakes. It is what it is. Sam says, and they gave him $225 plus mil, right? If I forget the Wilson deal, but he went in there with a ski mask and straight stole money. Yeah, it's totally true. Kyle Taylor says the last 2 drafts he's been killing it. Dave says, I think the prevent scheme is to give players a rest instead of man-to-man. They play zone and DB get a little break. No, I think part of it is rest. Part of it is that you don't get more injuries. But it's wasting a lot of clock, not giving up the big play, keeping everything inside and tackling within bounds to waste more time on the clock. Steichen's kind of been doing the same thing offensively, running generic plays to kind of just get those easy first downs with some run plays and wasting time on the clock. So I think it is for injury purposes because injuries happen at the end of games. Second to last game, someone gets an ACL. Like this crap happens every week. And it's horrible to see. Felix said, I can't believe fans walked out. I don't think the Eagle fans would ever walk. Even if the Eagles had if we were 1-3 right now, even if we were in overtime in the Cardinals, I don't think Eagle fans would be leaving the stadium. That's really bad. I mean, they made the right decision, obviously, because they had no faith in Denver to get that, to win that game. We got Howie Vision. What's going on, Howie Vision? He says Kyle Murray has to be terrified of Jordan Davis. Yeah, it probably is. Free says Kyle Murray's the top 5 in the league in passing attempts. They're already one-dimensional. They pass a lot. They do. And then part of it is because I think between what Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts bring to the game, okay, 2 quarterbacks that run an RPO type scheme, and I think with Kyler Murray, he depends too much on his legs than he does his throwing. I think Hurts now going to this year, 4 games in, I think Hurts not only has the legs and can get you the yards and can get in the end zone as well, but has been a nice balance on both with his run and the pass. I think there's too much with Kyler Murray with his leg. I think he depends too much on extending plays, and it's all about him getting that pass that he needs. He's thrown some good passes this year. There's no doubt about it, but Eagles have to be all over him. You got to send him some blitz packages he doesn't know that are coming, like corner blitz, something. He's got to do something. That's what Gannon's got to do. Medj from Golden Eagle says, "What up, Joey? Speaking of Arizona, what happened to Tay Gowan?" I don't know. Tay Gowan never started. I mean, he went. Oh no, Tay Gowan went to another team. Tay Gowan's on the Vikings now. Tay Gowan, we trade. Yeah, we got him. He played horrible. He was horrible in preseason. He was bad. I thought there was something there with him, but I was wrong. For the Eagles fans, imagine Bradbury has 3 interceptions for 6 versus the Giants in both games. Oh man, you know Bradbury's gonna get. I mean, they should sweep. They should sweep Washington and they should sweep the Giants. I mean, I'm not going to say they're easy games, but the Giants are just a mess. They can't block. They can't pass. They can't run. I mean, Saquon Barkley is really keeping them above the water right. Saquon Barkley is the only player that's keeping the Giants above water right now. I mean, I think that's what it is. Arjo says Bates really did not all that this year. How Vince says Max playing or Mulata? No, none of them. Both of them aren't playing. Both of them are not playing at all. R. Gravy says, yeah, I forgot Sanders and Edwards are on the list. Gravy says, so many free agents. Well, that's not a bad thing, dude. Like, it's either going to have a lot of free agents or you're going to be locked in the contracts of a player that you don't like and can't stand. So I'd rather have a lot of free agents because then the Eagles have, they could pick their poison with who they want to re-sign. I think that's the interesting thing I think that's very interesting for it. So we'll see. Estoro says Gowan signed with the Vikings practice squad. Yeah, he signed with the Vikings. Kyle says, so I think this team is good, but next year they'll be in that elite category and with Buffalo and Kansas City. Graves said Card center is doubtful. Now your time. Wait, so Card center is out too? So Justin Pugh is out? So they lose their guard and their center? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, D-Hop's not playing, which is huge. That's big. No D-Hop is huge. They haven't really been an explosive offense. They're throwing quick. They're throwing short passes. They're not throwing bombs. Like Kyler Murray isn't doing that this year. The defense has been playing up and down the whole entire year. So Arjun said, I believe Sanders gets extended. Only how he can pull this off. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sanders says only way Sanders gets extended if I take a team-friendly deal. Jason, I say outswing and keep deep shots and blitzing and adjust if they gotta. Gravy says A.J. Brown going for 200-plus yards this game. Yeah, I think he's a top 4 receiver right now. Was he the 4th best receiver right now? Jason, I don't want Sanders back. Nate says, I think it depends on what you say. If you called him wild names at first, you deserve to be the cheesiest. If you say, I don't know about him yet, that's another thing. Who are we talking about? I'm really confused right now. R. Jones says Sanders is just starting to become a reliable back. He's got to stay healthy this year, too. He ends up getting hurt, knock on wood, or anything like that. But Dave says Boris should handle the Couchers, too. It'll be the toughest game in the division, but I believe the Birds win them. Your boy Mason, what's going on, dude? What's going on, man? Howie Vision says, is Trevon Diggs legit? I think he's just a corner that takes a lot of chances. He sacrifices himself to get in front of wide receivers to get those picks. He's good in that nature, but I've seen him get burned plenty of times. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a top cornerback in the league. I think he's in a really good system with Quinn's defense, and I think he's good. I think he's a good corner, but I think he just sacrifices way too much, and I think that's what's going to hurt him in his career. Your boy said Rodney Hudson is questionable for Sunday. So Rodney Hudson has a knee injury. So you're telling me right now they're gonna be out a guard and a center this week? Barnes, I think Howie is Lex Luthor of the Eagles. Lex Luthor, bro, really? Galvin says, the coach says, Joey Shakes, would you rather a top heavy woman or a bottom heavy woman? I don't know. I have never been asked that question ever. The more meat, the merrier, I guess, right? That's how it goes. The more meat, the merrier. That's how this whole thing goes right now. Torvo says, I think this might be a Quez game. It might be. Apparently, that third cornerback has given up 689 yards, whatever it was, 672 yards. I forgot. Somebody said it earlier in this game. So we'll see. We got D-Max's history says Philly doesn't play well in down Arizona, but I think we will play a lot different with this team we have. I think the times are changing, D. I think that the times are definitely changing. We haven't won in Arizona since 2001. It's been a long time. So he's third as the best receivers. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6. I want to see more Watkins Sunday. Gravy says, yeah, Rodney Hudson center doubtful, but Pugh was upgraded to questionable. Okay, so you might actually have. Wow, regardless, I think it's a weakness. I mean, they lose us. I mean, you put God knows if you do like a 5-2, you put Jordan Davis on the nose. Oh man. He's been playing good from the nose when he's had his chances, but his pass rushing is getting a lot better. The more chances he gets, the better he is getting. You know what I mean? So Jordan Davis been playing really, really well. Really well. Measuring Golden Eagle says, it's been 20 years. We haven't won in Arizona. I believe Hurt's going to change that. I believe it too. Philly 0024, Philly stomping Cardinals this weekend. Totally agree, man. I feel good. I really feel good about this game. It's not just a record, man. I feel good about it. I do. Don't think it's going to be Cal says bottom heavy. Cal says biggest or biggest. What you meant? Oh, okay. I don't know these terms. I have no idea. I'm a white boy. I don't know these terms. How he says score prediction says Philadelphia Eagles fans 6 of the Cardinals are 0-2 at home. Which game Amor says, what is about Arizona that we don't play well there? I never understood it. Kyler Murray, really. It's extending plays, tiring out our defensive line, getting us on third down, not making third down stops on Kyler Murray. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. D-Max says, Shakes, what's the update on our draft position for next year, right now? I think we have like the 20-something pick, right? We obviously have the last pick of the draft because we have the best record in the whole NFL right now. So we have the last pick of the draft, and with the Saints pick, I think we're number 7. I think it's 7, 7th overall. Mike Hale says, how many yards do you think A.J. Brown Smith will have end of the season? Brown is on pace for 1,700. Smith is on pace for about 1,100. I think they could get close to that. Goddard might have 1,000 yards this year, too. Goddard's playing pretty good, too. He's just got to stop dropping those easy damn balls, man. That one Jalen Hurts had was a little bit behind him, but it was so catchable. It wasn't bad. He dropped it. He always drops an easy ball every couple of games. It always happens. Dallas Goedert with the easy catches. Would have been a touchdown. Would have been a damn touchdown. Gravy says, we need to put the Cards away if we have the lead. Remember what Kyler did to the Raiders. I would like to see a lot of second half. They held Devontae Adams to 12 yards that game. I don't know what it was, but I don't know the injuries or anything with the Raiders, what was going on offensively for them, but they held Devontae Adams to 12 yards, which I think was it was a fluke, to be honest. But Felix Torres says, you ready for Halloween Ends? Am I ready for Halloween Ends? Oh, yes. I just got my merch the other day. I am ready for Halloween Ends. Yes. Ready to go. Your boy says, Trayvon Mullen question. Gravy says, which players have been disappointed so far? Garner Johnson a little bit, because I think he should have done a little bit more. Britton Covey, maybe. I mean, there's not many people I think that should play better. Kaiser White. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's really not that many that are, I think everybody's playing at a high level right now. Great win by the Phillies. Yeah, seen that. Comes out next Thursday, the 14th. The 14th, yeah. I got tickets for the 15th, so. Jones says, wow, Eagles go 5-0. I can't believe we are finally getting ESPN respect. Yeah, I don't even care. I don't think the team cares about that. The team doesn't give a crap about who gives them respect. They're going to earn that. They're going to take it game by game. They're not looking ahead to the playoffs. They're not feeling themselves up. They're not getting cocky. They're not getting conceited. This team is taking it week by week. That's all that matters. We got Sean Sutherland says, rookie tight end. I can't say his name right. He could be a gem. Calcaterra. Yeah, he's going to be good. He's fast. He's really fast. Philadelphia's Fat 6. When does Halloween Ends come out? Your boy says Terry Mullen questionable for Sunday, and DJ Humphries, who is questionable. Yeah. Kyle says someone got to hook Joey up with the. No. No. I'm already taken, bro. I'm already taken. So. Mr. Smith isn't as skinny as he was last season. Boy was working and eating. Gravy says, Joey, have you heard of Will Anderson? Yes. From Alabama, he will be better than Parsons. We'll need to get top 5 or top 3 to get him, depending on the QB finish. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Depending on where the Saints pick is, it's going to make the huge difference. For the Eagles fan 6, remember that interception that bounced off Goddard's ankle? Yeah, that was a fluky one. That was last year, right? Yeah, that was crazy how that happened. Eagles Fly says, Jay, Joey, how you been? What's going on? Just chilling. NFL World Side. I thought it was the fourth. It changes because when teams play on Sunday night, it changes. It just depends. It could be 4. I thought it was 7. It could be 4. It was 2, and it went to 4, and I think it went to 7, and might have went back to 4. Who knows? So he said, Joey, have you seen Smile? I have not. My buddy's actually seeing it in the theaters tonight. I want to go see it. Bain says, Joey, the Eagles hold 32nd and Saints 4th round right now. Jay, special teams is the only disappointment. Gravy says, Kaiser White has been playing great, I thought. Oates says, Joey, remember the Leprechaun movies? Those were good. Oh, God. They gotten worse. 1 and 2 were great. Leprechaun, I think, In the Hood? I think that was a good one. The one from outer space was horrible. So Dave says all the punt returns aren't all on Covey. There isn't much blocking for him. But you know what? I can't say it every single time, dude. Like, you're not going to have it perfect on special teams every single time. Like, that's just what it is. I think our special teams coordinator, Michael Clay, should get fired after this year because he sucks. He sucks because I think we're going to lose a game this year because of our special teams. We're going to lose. Some bull crap is going to happen sooner or later. Mr. Farmer Production says, dude, what I seen from Hurts at the end of the press conference, I would have had his max contract ready for him when he walked off that podium. Yeah, dude. They're not taking any game lightly. Like, it was disrespectful, kind of saying, oh, well, Jalen Hurts, we don't need to ask Jalen Hurts questions about the Cardinals. They're 4-0. They're going to beat them, and Jalen Hurts is cocky enough to say, Jalen Hurts is too cocky. They know they're going to win. And Hurts was like, I wasn't asked any questions about this Cardinals game. They are a good team. Like, that's all I got to say. In other words, don't try to put words in my mouth that I think that this is going to be an easy win. That this team is taking any team lightly every single week, which definitely is not. We got Felix says, if Kyler starts running around feeling freely, should we have Nakobe Dean shadow him? Nakobe Dean is not playing. I don't know how many people are going to ask this. Nakobe Dean is not playing a snap for the Eagles unless someone gets injured at linebacker. I don't know if they're going to have a spy on him because it's going to be you put a spy on a quarterback, you lose another guy in coverage. I don't know if you're going to do that between having Brown, whether they're going to move him, and obviously Zach Ertz is going to be around too. So that's going to be an issue. Philadelphia Eagles fan 6 say, wow, I got to hook Devontae Smith up with his own signature sub. Did they do that? They didn't do that yet. I'm surprised. Don't worry, it says the Grim Reaper sandwich. No, it'd be like the Grim Reaper sandwich or something like that. The Slim Reaper. The Slim Reaper sub would be perfect. Dylan Worthy says, how can I watch the game, Joey? They're showing Cowboys and Rams on Fox. You're going to have to get Sunday ticket, most likely. Terry Great says, Stahl is good, too. I like him always. Yeah, he's a reliable blocker. As a receiving tight end, I'm not a big fan of him, but as a blocker, he does all the dirty work. I think he's great. Philly 0024 says, Saints pick will finish top 5. They should be 0-4 right now, and Winston is injured, and Dalton is garbage. Yeah, so Dalton is in. Yeah, they should have lost that first game against the Falcons. No doubt about that. Eagles Fly says, everyone balling. Only complaint is, I don't know. It's hard. We are mentally solid and such a great. It's tough. It's tough to break it. I don't know how this team is going to get broken. Like mentally, I don't think anybody can stop them. I really don't. I really don't. Dave said the only special team moment good this year was that recovery from the onside kick. I think what I'm going to enjoy Sunday, since we have a 4:25 game, is that we can watch football at 1 o'clock and just watch any game we want. We'll probably watch the Giants-Packers game because they play at 1. Cowboys and Eagles will play middle of the afternoon. So, yeah. Jay says Hurts has to understand we need a team friendly. Look, you go into that Cowboys game if the Cowboys can lose against the Rams, they'll be down 2 games. Cowboys lose against the Rams, they can be down 2 games. Eagles beat the Cowboys, they'll be down 3 games. Go into your bye week, and I think within like the next, I don't know, next 4 to 5 games might make the difference. The next 4 to 5 games will probably sew up to where we are at in the NFC East and what's going to happen. So we got just a piece of music said we have not won in that building in a minute. Yeah, 2001, bro. That's how long it's been. It's been a long time. It might be the week. Totally agree. Tanner the Great said you got to watch the Pat McAfee Sirianni interview. Yeah, I watched it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was so funny. Benjamin going, Devontae had been hitting them weights and Hurts and Brown. Buy a Fire Stick, $50. Gray said, do you have the DirecTV to get Sunday ticket? You don't need to have DirecTV. If you have a console or an app on your phone, you can watch the game. So if you have a console, a PS4, Xbox, anything like that, you could download Sunday ticket on the console. You have to go on your phone first, to see if you're eligible in your area. Make sure you go on your phone on Sunday ticket, put in your information, then it will tell you if you're eligible in your area. It's weird because here, I'm eligible at my house. 5 minutes down the road to my girlfriend's house, I'm not eligible for Sunday ticket. It's really weird. Sunday ticket's very weird with that. So do that first, and then download the app on your console. Then that's pretty much it. Then you're pretty much done. Then it should work. Oh yeah, the Giants at 9:30. Yeah, I'm definitely not watching that. I'm not gonna be up at 9:30. I'm not. If I could sleep in a little bit longer on Sunday, I'm sleeping a little bit longer on freaking Sunday, dude. That's how that's going for Sunday. Do you have the DirecTV? We got NFL World. So the Philadelphia Eagles have announced that they have opened the 21-day practice with Friday. Yeah, they announced that the other day, which is good. So it means that Dillard is close to coming back. So we'll see the next week or two. He might not be back until after the bye, so we'll see. Dave said, Jay Koch, actually, there is an INT, make a capital A and color the bottom at the end of the dot and the triangle. Christian Vita says, "Hey, Joey, you think the Eagles would beat the Bills if they played today?" I think it would be the toughest game of the year. I think it would be a really good back and forth game. It'd be a tough one. Be a real tough one. Philly 024 Giants and Packers play at 9 since it's in London. I totally forgot about that. Jason, I'll have the Saints on the 1 o'clock. Oh, yeah, the Saints game. That's the one I probably should watch. So the Giants will be done by the time I wake up, and hopefully they lost that game. Ardon says, can you believe Don McNabb negative comments about the Eagles? Yeah, Don McNabb says the Eagles will be contenders in, 2 to 3 years, 1 to 3 years, whatever he said. That man is so – I don't like him anymore. I used to praise that guy. I don't like him anymore. I can't stand that guy. I can't. That guy was a Wentz hater when we had him. He likes Jalen Hurts, but he's always got to like. God, I want them to prove everybody wrong, man. Christine says, "I said Kyler in the pocket, we will struggle. He's not like Hurts. If you put Kyler in the pocket, it's problem for him." So I said, "I'm really excited to face against the Cowboys in Sunday Night Football. I'm pumped. I mean, that's gonna be a big game." Eagles 5 said, "It's called a spot surge. You can watch the games, get a stream with 0 ads." Jeff says, "I hope Sherman gets more reps." Sermon gets more reps. I watched his college highlights, and the kid, he's pretty damn good at. I mean, he's with the behind this offensive line. He's going to look really good. He's a tough runner. He is a Jay Ajayi, physical, in your face. You get near him, he will hit you type running back. I love that. I said to myself, the Eagles look like the Patriots when they were winning all those games. What I mean is that a well-coached, well-oiled machine. Yeah, and it reminds me that Jaguars game reminded me of the Patriots as well, because when the Patriots were down with Tom Brady at quarterback, they always came back and broke everybody's hearts. That's what happened all the time. Totally agree. LP Cobra says, "You a Phils fan as well? I feel like I'm dreaming after earlier. I watched. No, I am a Phillies fan, but I just don't have time to watch every game because I have so much other stuff going on in my life. So like I have another job. I do this, it's a lot. My weekends are booked up because I'm so busy with everything. It's 4 streams, it's videos, it's a lot of time I have to sacrifice on the weekends when I could be doing other things, but it's a lot of sacrifice time. So Philadelphia Eagles fan 6, I can't believe how quick the season is going by. Yeah, it's already week 5. It's gonna go by quick, guy. We'll be talking about the free agency in a matter of days. It's gonna come by quick. You know how after we won the Super Bowl, how fast did free agency come after the Super Bowl? It came in like a month. We're a month and a half. We were already in free agency. That like when you win the Super Bowl, how fast the offseason comes. Like free agency comes in like 2 seconds. It's crazy. NFL World said we need to trade for a kick return. I totally agree. Sean says Cho Girl CeeDee Lamb Polar questionable on Sunday. Ooh, interesting. Sunday ticket is to watch out of market games. So it's by the NFL. NFL owns this. It's not bootleg or anything. So if you don't get a game, say I live in New York, so I don't get all the Eagles games. So if an Eagles game is not in my area, not on my television network, I go on Sunday ticket to watch the game or any other games that are out of market for the day. So that's what that's for. D-Man says, "Sub Shakes, I hate saying this, but we are going to lose one of these games. I don't see an L coming soon, but there's always a crap game. But it's not on the Cowgirls. Yeah. I think there's going to be a crap game. It's going to happen. There's going to be some stupid play from special teams or something is going to look, it may not happen. Who knows? I had this game. Before the season started, I had this team winning 13 games. I think they can win more than that. It's scary now. It's getting scary." Dave says, "Joey, have a good night, bro. Catch you later. Stay safe and be well." I appreciate so much too, Dave. Thank you for coming in, man. There is a 214 in the chat. If you guys are new, hasn't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We cover the Eagles every day. We got videos every day. On the weekends, we stream live play-by-play reaction of all the Eagles games. 4 streams every weekend. It's going to be really busy. It's getting busy. It's crazy. The Eagles are on a hot streak right now, 4-0. Can they get the 5-0? The Cardinals Sunday at 4:25 p.m. Eastern. So should be a lot of fun. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's try to get the stream to over 200 likes if we can. So everybody hit the like button. Check the memberships in the pinned comment. Buy some memberships for other people in the chat. For $1 you get another membership for another person that can look at some of the extra content that I definitely do. So I really do appreciate it so much, man. Appreciate it so much. I'm just checking this right now. We got 122 likes. Let's get those likes up. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's do it up. Oates says Britton Covey is going to be drinking his milkshakes and taking his vitamin D, and he will get better. Mike said, "Do you see us trading Dillard at this point since the other guy was good backup left tackle? We might be able to grab another second round." Yeah, I talked about it earlier. Driscoll has more value right now, so I think Dillard might be a big trade candidate by the trade deadline. Dillard can't play guard. He can't play the right side. I think he could help another team. I think the Titans are definitely another team the Eagles could trade him to for a second-round pick. I'll take a second-round pick for him. There's no doubt. I will take that. Look at how he did. Like, Howie Roseman took a couple, I understand a lot of people didn't like. They moved up a couple spots in front of the Ravens, to get Jordan Davis. They gave up we always have too many day 3 picks. I want to be using some of those picks, combine those picks and move up in the second round, move up in the first round if you can. You know what I mean? You can always use extra picks if you have to. So Jay says, I want Hurts Kelly Green jersey like now. Yeah, I can't wait to see what those jerseys are going to look like. I mean, obviously we know what the color is going to be, but obviously Kelly Green jerseys, but I'm saying like the modernized version of the old school jersey. We'll see how it's going to look. So the McNabb is insecure. He's afraid that other Eagles or QBs are going to steal his shine. Truth is, leadership kind of sucked. Yeah, his leadership sucked. His mentality sucked when it mattered. It's just Colin Coward, and most of the media will say anything for clicks, aka right. Yeah, probably. Talked a lot of crap about the Eagles. They start winning, he starts talking great things. Once they lose one game, they'll go out the window. Christine says Eagles game are hard to watch live. They show more Cowboys than Philly. Yeah, where are you at? Arjun says Goddard is having an all-pro season. Totally agree. Just don't drop easy friggin' balls, and we won't have a problem here. Witch King says, I hope Digger, the kicker, doesn't miss any important kicks. Yeah, both kickers are brand new. The Cardinals have a new kicker this week, and the Eagles have a new kicker this week. I'm going to be shitting my brains out. Literally shitting my brains out because a new kicker, I'm hoping he doesn't mess up, man. I really hope we don't lose the game because of this. Jeff Murphy says, do you expect us to be active by the trade deadline? Which player position you want to get an upgrade? I don't know. Depending if they're like, we're not big on Trey Sermon, or they want to bring in another running back in the building because they know Miles is leaving after this year. Dillard can get traded. I mean, I think a running back. Defensive end is probably another one. I'm still looking out for a defensive end sign. I totally forgot to talk about this. I think the Eagles are definitely bringing in another. If the Eagles are contending, the Eagles, Howie Roseman saying, okay, we're definitely contending this year. Let's add another defensive end for the year. They're not going to trade for Robert Quinn. I don't think they're interested in trading. From what Adam Kaplan said, they're not interested in trading for a defensive end, but I would try to get Everson Griffin in here. You have Everson Griffin. D Ford's been injured almost his whole career, but if you're taking out the few 4 to 5 defensive end free agents that are still out there, I'm talking free agents, not trade. I'm talking free agents. I don't think they trade for a pass rusher. I think they trade for a running back, but maybe not a pass rusher. I think they get Everson Griffin in the building. So I would try to get him because he had 5 sacks last year. I mean, he still was productive last year. So, I mean, he's old, but still productive. It says Dicker is good. He's just had no opportunity anywhere. Mr. Ball Raps, have you heard of DN? DN. And let me say, especially being behind Justin Tucker, he was drafted this past year. Yeah, so he was undrafted, by the Rams, and then went to the Ravens, and then he was let go, right? All right, bro. See you later, man. Have a good day, man. If it were the man, do I not miss seeing Alex Singleton making a tackle from behind after 15 yards? Yeah, I know. Once Alex Singleton got released, I knew they were going to make a change at linebacker. Once they released him, I was shocked, really shocked. Jay says, you're paying an arm and a leg for that Sunday ticket, Joey. If you want me to email you the steps of Fire Stick to watch games for just $50, it's 3 easy steps. Yeah, it's $300. It's $300 for Sunday ticket. So I pay in increments. I don't pay the whole $300 up front. I pay the $70 every month and a half, 2 months, whatever it is. So I pay the extra. I pay the $300. It is a ripoff. It is. I think it's a ripoff. I think it's a big ripoff for Sunday ticket. No doubt. No doubt about it. We got Hurts dead. What's going on, dude? What's going on, man? Jason, what's going on, man? He said, Joey, what's up, buddy? Sorry I'm late. Just got home. It's all good, man. We're just about hitting 10 seconds away from a 2-hour stream. So this is kind of when I kind of want to do a 2-hour stream tonight. Tomorrow, we're going to have maybe one video out. I'm not doing I have to do a lot of Halloween decorating tomorrow all day from morning to like middle afternoon to night. So tomorrow is going to be like a cruise type of day tomorrow. Unless something breaks, I'll make a video on it wherever I am at. I'll be at my girlfriend's house decorating the whole yard, Halloween stuff, and getting ready for things. So, yeah, that's the plan right now. Tomorrow there'll probably just be one video. The shakedown will be tomorrow night on Philly 500's channel, so we'll get into that tomorrow night. We will have 2 streams Sunday. Can't do a post game by myself after the game because there's just not enough time. Maybe I'll extend the game stream a little bit longer. I'll extend it a little bit longer. Just maybe we'll do a mini one maybe or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out when the game, because by the time the game ends, I only have an hour to get ready for the shakedown. So I'll be hosting that Sunday night post game. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's a good day. Rich Bellerad says if Covey does something, they got to give him a Robin mask. Yeah, I think maybe he gets the Robin mask. Torville says ESPN has always been a pro Boston network. So it's not surprising they have Eagles at number 3 in the power rankings. R. Jones says, I had the Vikings game as our hardest game before the season. Joey, which upcoming game will be the hardest? The Packers, maybe? I mean, that's not even saying much. The Packers, maybe, because it's Aaron Rodgers. Other than that, that's it. I don't think the Titans are good. I don't think the Colts are definitely not good. The Giants, we sweep the Giants, play Carson Wentz one more time on Monday night and destroy him in Philadelphia. That's it. We win the East. We get on the playoffs. We show the league what we're made of in the playoffs. We make it farther than anyone else has figured out. And hopefully I'm not going to say the magic word, but I'm taking this game by game. I'm taking this game by game, week by week. That's the important thing right now. Because nobody can replace the production of Miles. That's not true. That's not true. I mean, right now, no, if you trade him during season, no. Right now, no one's going to put up his numbers. Definitely not. Going into next year, you could pick up somebody that could probably play better. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? It's signing for coolest name, like how I draft players. Mine, Digger the Tigger. Pack says, are we playing Miles sooner or what? Paying? I don't know. Not this year. Cole said, Everson Griffin, not the answer. I don't know. Because he's in a rotation, I don't care. If he's going to be in 4 to 5 plays a rotation, I can care less. You know what I mean? As a pure starter, I wouldn't have him as a pure starter. If we didn't rotate guys, I wouldn't even sign him. But as a rotational guy that could produce and get rest and not get tired out every game, that's really, I think they're getting a defensive end sooner or later before the trade deadline. So it's either him or D Ford. Those are the top 2 that I would maybe get. Other than that, you could trade for anybody, but I don't think they're going into trading any day 3, day 2 picks to get a defensive end, an edge rusher, if that's the case. So we'll see. I mean, I could be totally wrong about that. Trade for Hunt? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. I would not mind doing that at all. Just think of it this way. The Eagles did almost the same thing the Super Bowl year. They traded for J.J. from the Miami Dolphins for a 4th-round pick, stole him from the Dolphins, and look what he did. The Eagles might have the same case this year. If they think they can contend this year, get far in the playoffs, and Howie Roseman's like, we got to get another running back in the building. Trey Sermon, let's keep Trey Sermon on the practice squad. I don't know. The Eagles were trying to trade for Trey Sermon in the beginning, and then they didn't trade for him because they probably wanted a little bit much for him, or too much. Probably a day 3 pick was way too much for him. So they didn't want to make the trade. He went off waivers. The Eagles picked him up, and they barely even used him. They had him on 2 snaps. I don't know why they're not going to use him on 3rd and short. Any type of short yardage play, use him. I don't see why. I mean, use the RPO with him. Do something with him. I don't care what you do with him. But Hunt would be a move if they think that we're gonna contend. So we'll see. D-Man0069 says resign Bradbury or too much money. I think it'll be too much money down the road. We'll see, but I think they should try to at least attempt to do it. Jing said, do you think they go to a couple of times? I think it depends on Dicker if he is a good kicker. If they go, no, I think they're gonna kick with him in the beginning. If he starts missing, then they're gonna have to do something. What, I don't know. Park says, how long do we still have Slay? Another year. He's a free agent after 23. So that's the way it's going. We got a super chat for Jason Pirro. What's going on, dude? He says, for you on doing an awesome job with the Eagles content, you bring Rock on, bro. Also, you think Smith and Brown score in this game? Number one, I appreciate the support, man, very much. You are a member to the channel. You have been a member for a while, and I appreciate you supporting the channel, not just for the memberships, but for entirely how long you've been watching this channel. So I appreciate it so much, Jason. I think depending where Byron Murphy lines up, I think Quez Watkins might have a bigger day than both of those guys. Quez and Goddard might have a bigger day. I think Devontae Smith could have a big. Like I said, I don't know where Byron Murphy is going to land. I don't know where he's going to line up on. Not sure what the game plan is. We're going to find out this Sunday when the game starts. So, I think Quez, I think they both can get touchdowns. I think Devontae, I think A.J. Brown will have a touchdown. I think Quez will have a touchdown. I think Goddard will have a touchdown. And I think obviously Hurts will have a touchdown and or a couple of these running backs will as well. So I'm not putting too much on both of them. Just depending. Like, I think with Quez Watkins, he's going to have a pretty big day with Dallas Goedert. So we'll see. But I appreciate Super Chat very much, man. Gravy says, how about we're supposed to implode after Dak went down? No, they're playing good. I think Kellen Moore just knows how to use Cooper Rush better than Dak. I mean, it's got to be because Cooper is more of a pocket guy. Maybe they're just better with more of a pocket type quarterback. Just seem they know to use him better. Mr. Bell said, Dicker, I barely know her. Flash said we should draft a corner in the first. Kickfoot Bob says, this is live. Didn't the Eagles already lose? You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. Make me laugh again. Idiot. Rico says, since Gann don't like the blitz much, I want to see Howie make a move for an edge rusher before the trade deadline. Great chance to move Dillard. I think they move Dillard and they get a defensive end. I think those are the two moves that are going to happen. 100% going to happen. 100%. I am very positive about it. R. Jones, I agree. I can't believe Cowboys survived the Dak injury. Chris says, how about them Phillies? Oh, yeah, baby. Tova says, Merrill Reese is going scream. Dicker is good. Dicker is good. I don't know if he's going to say it like that. The kick is good. Dicker. I don't know how we get these damn. I don't know how we get these damn. I don't know how we get these damn weird names. Like these players have these names. I don't get it. Never will get it. No idea. No friggin' idea. At all. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? Jeff says, if Cox gets penetration and Dicker nails it through the upright, we should have a climatic finish. Oh, man, you guys are unbeatable when it comes to making all this shit up. Philly024 says, look up Jamar Gibbs, running back from Alabama, to replace Sanders. He's basically Alvin Kamara 2.0. Dan Lewis, I would like to see some more Trey Sermons. I totally agree. We got Joanne News. This is Flygos 5. Thank you so much. VP Ord says, hey, Joey, not sure if you remember me. It's been a while. Eagles are looking good so far. What your take on Kyler Murray? Keep us in prayers. Our crew is about to embark on a hot mission. Oh, VP, I remember you from a long time ago, man. I hope everything's going well, man. But hope everything's going good with you. Yeah, so it's really containment. I mean, I think it just comes down to containment of Kyler Murray, because if you blitz, can't get him to the ground, if he extends plays on third down, if he beats us on third down, our defensive line is going to be tired throughout that whole game, and we're going to have to rely on the offense to score on every drive. I think that's what's that's going to be the issue. So, VP, I appreciate everything, man. Thank you for the support, and I hope your night goes well, man. We got Philly Fossa. What up, dude? He says, if he gets hurt, he'll say Dicker down. Dicker. They always say Dicker down. They'll say Dicker is down. You know, it may sound more funny, Dicker down, but aren't you at the movies right now? What's going on, dude? Oh, it says Josh Sweat with the strip sack. Hurts in the middle. Dickerson proves The lane is touchdown. Dicker, the kicker, kicks, and the extra point is good. Giovanni Duvall says, I see a lot of sacks. Pause. Football sacks. No, that sounds worse. I think they will. Oh, you're home? Oh, all right. Did not know that. Philly 024. So, guys, have Slay, Shadow, Marquise Brown. I don't know if they're going to do that. Are they going to put? If they put Slay in the nickel, I don't know if they could survive putting Josiah Scott on the outside. They're going to have to put McPherson in the game if he moves to the inside. And I don't want McPherson on the outside, period. I don't think they do that, to be honest. I think we're going to be in more trouble moving Slay on the inside, to be honest. That's what I think. Jed, unfortunately, we once had a player named Smallwood. Dude, change your name. Change your name. Ron says, Shakes, had to stop you real quick. Say what's up. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Rylan. Having a good night, man. Having a good night. Jonathan C. says, Slay gets a pick 6 or Bradbury. I say Slay, dude. I say Slay. But Bradbury could have one, too, because he's, I don't know. I gotta figure out who they're putting him on. Rondale Moore, probably. I mean, Bradbury would probably be on Rondale Moore. Rondale Moore just got back from injury last week. He only had 12 yards against the Panthers last week. So he's just he's not even 100%. He's playing. He's 100%. Obviously, he's playing, but I don't think he's he just got back from injury last week. Didn't have a good game either. We got Beast Guard 24 says, land in Arizona today. Dude, I hope you have a fantastic time at the game, dude. Saw a lot of those Eagle fans there. A lot of those Eagle fans. It is going to be so cool. Howie Vision says, don't resign Miles Sanders and make Jordan Davis running back 1. Philly 024 okay, then never mind. I thought Marquise plays on the end. No, he does. They could move him around. You're not wrong, but I don't know where they're going to put him because Christian Kirk, they put him on the inside because Avonte Maddox wasn't playing. They know that the weakness is Avonte Maddox not being in this game. So you're not wrong. It doesn't matter if he's an outside guy. They can move him to the inside. We move A.J. Brown to the inside. We've done that a million times this season. We moved him to the slot how many times? Done it before. Any team could do that to get the mismatch they want. Kurt Ristinger says, Hurts looking good, bro. He is. Beast Guard says, thank you. Yup, I've seen a bunch today. Yeah, I don't doubt it, man. It's going to be flooded. 024 AJ Green is still on the Cardinals. Yeah, AJ Green's still on the Cardinals. Yeah. I don't know. AJ Green, man. He's had a really weird career, man. He's had good seasons in the past with the Bengals almost all his career. Now with the Cardinals. Big Z says, feel like this is going to be a shootout between Hurts and Murray. It might be. It might be. The Eagles defense got to get him to the ground on third down. They have got to stop them on third down. They don't, they're going to be in trouble. Oh, so I got Josiah Scott getting a fumble recovery after knocking the ball out one of the Cardinals players' hands. Jay says, put Mulatto or Davis at running back, and those players going straight for their knees. Well, we have 209 in the chat. We've been over 2 hours and 13 minutes of this stream. Let's get this stream to 200 likes. 200 likes. If you guys haven't pressed the like button, please press the like button. It does help out the channel a lot. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't subscribed, we cover the Eagles every single day, videos every day, 4 streams every weekend. We do a live play-by-play reaction of every single Eagles game, and we have the Philly Shakedown twice a week, which is great. So, and usually we do these streams every week as well. So, support's been unreal. Thank you, everybody, for watching the videos. Everybody doing all your good duties for this channel. And that's it. So we will be back. I'll have a video out. I'll probably have a video out tomorrow, but I'm going to be busy doing a lot of Halloween stuff tomorrow. So it's going to be like one video. And I think the Philly Shakedown is tomorrow night at Philly 500's channel. And that's it. So that's all I'm doing tomorrow because Sunday is going to be a long day. Sunday is going to be a long day. So we'll figure out something for the day, and that's it. So we'll be ready for Sunday. We'll see you guys tomorrow night in the Philly Shakedown. We'll have a video out tomorrow. Going to be a busy day tomorrow, unfortunately. So that's it. But Sunday we'll be busy. We'll be ready to go. 5-0, baby. Let's go get it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll be talking about, with Philly Fire, we'll be talking about the matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. And that's it. So other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. You won't regret it. Like the stream if you guys haven't either. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the super chats, memberships, all that great stuff. Very humbled, and do not take this for granted, guys. The support's been unreal, and I thank all of you for that. Love all you guys. See you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.